everybody, we're live. Yeah, I was giving away secrets on Zesty's channel. Oh dear.
Hello, everyone.
So I'm joined today by Zesty. Zesty has very kindly stepped in. I had a last minute stand down on minecarts again. So this is the second time that someone was going to join me to talk about minecarts, and then they couldn't. So yeah, Zesty has very kindly stepped into the breach.
Into the breach
Indeed.
with the metal carts. The most dwarfiest of dwarven vehicles.
Now, we've got quite a few new viewers in chat, I noticed. So, Zesty, would you like to give an introduction to yourself? There may be people who don't know you. I shall give you a shout out while you just do that.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, hello, hi. My name is Bluezesttv. I stream almost every day of the week except for Tuesdays and Saturdays. I do Dwarf Fortress every single Sunday. I owe a lot to Dwarf Fortress. I've been doing tutorials for it since I started streaming like 5 years ago. And it's one of my favorite games. If I was stranded on a desert island, Dwarf Fortress would be the game I bring with me because there's endless replayability with it. If you all have any questions about Dwarf Fortress or want to attend a live tutorial, just let me know, and I'd be happy to do a fresh embark tutorial that will get you started and on the road to endless addiction.
And you stream regularly, don't you? What nights are your streams? Is it Sunday?
I stream Monday, Wednesday. Sorry, I was just plugging in something here.
Sure.
Apologies. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time Zone.
And Sundays are your Dwarf Fortress night. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was my first day I ever started streaming, and then Dwarf Fortress is what I did. So I owe a lot. I owe a lot to Toady. I think he's a rock star. I know I'm a huge dweeb because, most people, normal people are like, oh, Ozzy Osbourne or some other big metal band. But honestly, so I'm gonna be honest here. This is a bit embarrassing, but when the Steam version of the game was announced, Toady was actually answering questions in the official KitFox Discord. That's the publisher for Dwarf Fortress on Steam. And I went in there and I was literally starstruck. I couldn't even speak to him. And I know that's embarrassing, but that's who I am.
Unlike my first interaction with Toady was, what about this underwear problem then?
Just going right in.
Actually, I think it was, I've got a few questions about stress. And then that went into the underwear problem. I think the underwear problem came after the stress. That's right, yeah, because I was writing up my white paper at the time. And Toady was doing a Q&A quite conveniently. And I was like, so I had all these questions. Is it true that? I believe that. From my understanding of how the code works is this. And he was like, hang on, I'll get my code out and have a look.
I remember hearing that about him, that there's so much that he's done for the game that there's a lot he doesn't remember.
He doesn't know,
like
yeah, indeed. Which is one of the amazing things about the game is that between us all, I mean, I think with all of the people I've had on these streams now, we must have literally hundreds of years of experience between us. Like, I think
Definitely.
I've played almost a decade, you've played a decade, with all of the people that we've had on these streams that have been playing for decades. We've got more than 100 years between us all. And none of us know how everything works.
Oh, definitely, yeah. That's one of the things I also like about it, is there's always something new to just discover or experiment with.
Indeed. And even if the game stopped changing at this point, we know it's only halfway through its completed version to Toady's vision of
that
what
blows me away.
Yeah. So we know that we'll still be learning going forwards, but even if it was like frozen in time right now, it would still take us a long time, another decade, for us to fully learn all of the mechanics between us all. But doing these streams have been such a learning experience because I've been picking up all of the details of all of the people.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of which, tonight, Zesty, you are going to help me out with my minecart knowledge because my knowledge with minecarts, I use them for quantum stockpiles, and I've done I've built circuits in the past with minecarts, using them to control drawbridges. I haven't actually used them for what they're meant for, like just transporting stuff from A to B. And I did once, some years ago, use them as part of a weapon trap type thing. But since then, I haven't built anything of that nature. So yeah, I'm hoping that you can talk me and chat through all things minecart related tonight, because this is not something where I feel my skills are particularly strong.
No problem. I did a little bit of looking and refreshing some memories, and I think I got some cool stuff to show you all today about minecarts. Actually, I don't know if my fort is on the screen right now, is it?
It's what, sorry?
Is my fort on the screen right now? Or,
Yeah. Sorry, I've got your fort up, yes.
Oh, no problem. This is actually a fort where I think one of my first real deep dives into minecarts that I'd set up to try and transport stuff. And it didn't really go as well as I hoped it would, but I think it will give you guys a good understanding of maybe some simple minecart tracks and all the things that go with them. And minecarts are actually surprisingly, for the most part, surprisingly simple. They're just kind of like when you first get into the Dwarf Fortress for the first time. It's a little bit intimidating because I know that's at least how I felt, because it's a complex new thing in this already complex game. So you kind of think of it as it's like going out to sea, and that first wave is really big, and then you see another one coming. But I mean, you already learned how to get over that first wave, so don't panic is what I usually tell people. So I actually have a few notes to start us out. If you've never heard of or used minecarts, minecarts are great because they give 5 times greater capacity than a wheelbarrow. So if you're working in the mines, you can haul up a lot more material than just doing the wheelbarrow method, which can take a lot longer to get stuff up. I think I even have a few on this, a couple mine shafts that I'm using. I believe it's up higher, actually. With this fort... nope, that must have been a different fort. But what you can do is create big mine tunnels that go down and then have stops every once in a while when you hit a good area with veins, and then just create a stop that pulls it up. They are great for use as weapons, as Sal was saying. I'm not sure, what kind of weapon did you create your minecarts?
It was a magma collecting minecart that then hit a wall, or might have been fortifications, and spilled the lava over the top of enemies below. I can't remember the exact details though, because it was years ago.
Okay. Did you use the flooding method? Did you like have a spot for the minecart and then flood it with magma and then use rollers to pull it out, or what method did you use to fill it?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's okay.
I remember more the throwing lava at people and finding that quite funny. I can't actually remember how I picked the magma up.
From what I've seen when I was researching this a little bit, just to refresh my memory, there's a couple different ways. It requires magma-safe mechanisms and rollers, since minecarts actually do have friction. They can interact with liquids, almost real-world style. It was fascinating when I was reading this, because minecarts can actually skip across water. You can send a minecart down at high enough speed, and it will bounce across the top of the water a few times before sinking. And that's fascinating to me. You can also, when it goes into the water, it will slow down. So if you create a dipping mechanism where you dig out like a little area and maybe use like floodgates and then park it down there on some rollers and then fill it with water and push it out. Whoa, lost my train of thought. Okay.
It'll slow the minecart down.
Yeah, and then use the rollers to push it out of there so you can send it to where you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually, I was looking up, there's minecart water-powered reactors, and I didn't look into it too much, but from what I understand, you can use minecarts to go down, pick up water, drop it onto a water wheel, and then keep the process going like a reactor of some sorts, which is interestingly complex.
Instead of using pumps, I suppose.
Yeah. Which is interesting. Just there's so many little different ways to play the game and build your fort that will probably drastically reduce your FPS, but they're cool. Now, there's a couple drawbacks with minecarts. The way you design them you have to keep in mind that although the game auto does traffic, and I can show you traffic really quick here. This is the traffic button down here, these two arrows. And it will show you the traffic. When you place a minecart or you carve a minecart, which I'll go over a little bit here in a second, it actually auto designates it as a low traffic area, so it will restrict your dwarves or kobolds, as you can see on my fort, from walking on it a little bit more. I tend to turn it even down further to restricted, but they will still walk on it. And of course, as you can see by this cat here, animals and cats ignore it, and they will go on it and get turned into pulp quite frequently.
Did I tell you this story about when I had Blind on stream? And we were building a model railway, which was just a cart that goes round and round in a circle. And a cat wandered onto the minecart track in front of the cart. And it was the pet of the person who was riding the minecart.
Oh, no.
And they petted the cat as they ran it over.
Oh, no. It's horrible. Oh no! Oh my goodness!
The cat lost a leg in the incident, and the minecart rider got a happy thought from petting a pet.
That's good. And you got a lucky cat's foot, I suppose.
Like drive-by petting.
That's amazing. Let's see. On the subject of dwarves riding minecarts, your dwarves can actually fight from minecarts too. You can set up like parapets if you want to, and have a minecart going around with an archer on it, and they'll shoot down at enemies below it, almost like a gallery shooter or something like that.
A moving target for the enemy as well.
Yeah, that's true. You can stick someone in there like a dwarf you don't care about, like a noble, and just pincushion them. Happy fun time roller coaster. Minecarts, as I said, they have a higher capacity. The capacity that they can carry is 5 stones, 10 logs, 2,500 cloth, 500 prepared meals, and 12 minecarts.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, I don't know how that works. Maybe they fold up, but you can stuff 12 entire other minecarts into a minecart. Thieves can steal minecarts, even if they're moving, unless they're going too fast, but not if they're being ridden. So you'll see sometimes keys just carrying one off, this Australia, like Monty Python style. Maybe it takes maybe one or two, African or European. Let's see. And I think that's what I got for there. Now on to building, unless you have some other interesting factoids.
No, do go.
To build a minecart, it's pretty simple. You just, if any of you have played any train game and similar to that, I have a lot of experience with games like Transport Tycoon Deluxe and Transport Fever and stuff like that. But if you're not familiar with those, you create point A on the line and point B, and then the tracks are basically just the line between those 2 points. And you can have multiple points as well. To do that, you can either carve it or build it. Carving is faster and can go over multiple Z levels, as I'll show you here. Like if I wanted to carve another rail, I'll do it in an area. Like I like to build with ramps, so it's perfect for showing you this. So I have like this ramp here. Let's say I wanted to build a minecart here. I can click a starting position right here at the center, and then I can scroll all the way down to where I want the other end of it to be, and it will make the connection, as you can see, even across multiple Z levels. And you can do it. You can just point A, point B, map it all the way you want to. So I can, as you saw, run it all the way here, and it will craft a, see how that's flickering right there? It will craft a route all the way around to the spot you're telling it to go to. That is the easiest way to do it. The other way to do it is if you have dirt, so that only works on stone, is by building it. That's in the construction menu. I forgot for a second there. Right here, you see we got track and track stop. The track is, like I said, the connector from point A to point B, and the stops are where you do most of your business with the minecarts. Right now, I'll show you where this track here. So I built a track here, and let's say I have this set up, I believe, to, let's see, which one is a good one to show? I believe I have this set up to bring things. This fort was a little bit too spread out. That was an issue that I had. Ah, right. Okay, up here. I have a minecart system that brings marble, like flux for steel, and also hematite and metal, so I can smelt it upstairs, and also gold ores and whatever else I have down in the mines. So this would be the end stop, and I'll show you the start stop. This is, you should always start at the beginning. And where did I put that dang thing? This fort was a little bit too spread out, I discovered, and I had to. There's also a lot of undead in here. And I actually moved on to a different fort, because all minecarts are great. If your fort is based around it, it doesn't really work as well as you want it to. But here we go. Here's the stop. The first stop is down here, and I can click on it up here. You carve the stop out, and when you make the stop, this comes up here at the top. You can set the friction. That's how it slows it down. If you set it to maximum, it will come to a complete stop, no matter how fast it's going, no matter how much is loaded into it. Hello, Apocalypse Pal. Thank you for the raid.
Apocalypse Pal, thank you for the raid.
We're just going over minecarts today. Or you can set it to not stop at all. The reason why is if you want to. I did notice there might be, I don't know if this is confirmed, but I believe minecarts can only go so far before they get kind of lost. Might have just been a bug in my save, but I noticed that when I was upstairs, the minecarts had trouble getting down to the bottom of it. So I actually had to create a midway point in a couple places for it to figure it out. But that may have just been a bug on my save.
Which might be why you would want a no stop.
Yep.
That always puzzled me what the no stops were about. But
it's
maybe
also
it
if
just
you
helps with that. Yeah.
Yeah. It also is if you want to do it like, imagine you have a loop and you have nobody working on it, but you can do it so you can place a stop over. Let's say I run. Well, I'll show you where I actually started doing that. So I was originally planning on making a hole here, and I believe the stop has no friction on it. Let me just check. Oh, you can't. Okay, that's interesting. But I built it, and my plan was to make it dump to the right. So as it was rolling down here, and in order to prevent people from getting squished on it, as you can see, I've made it very hard for them to get in, and they have no reason to get into the area. And I made it so if you're making it run by with material, you can have it dump it, because it will dump the material whatever way you tell it to here. So up, right, left, or you can tell it not to dump, and that's what that's for. So if you have it at a no stop, it will run by, dump it, and then keep going. like an automatic system, which is kind of cool. I have a couple of these set up here. This is an auto dump. That's also how you make quantum stockpiles.
Yeah.
By setting it to dump in a particular location. If you do it in a stockpile, the dwarves won't move it, so you can have a nice pile of stuff in your stockpile. Unlimited amount of stuff. That's why it's called quantum.
Yeah.
And your dwarves will be able to get it at a convenient place.
So when I've done quantum stockpiles, I've usually just had a tiny little minecart track, a little too long minecart track, that takes from one stockpile, usually one stockpile that's got lots of wheelbarrows in it, and then dumps it onto a single tile stockpile. So I've used minecarts for compressing a large stockpile into a small stockpile.
That's a really good tactic. Much better than I do quantum dump stockpiles, and that requires more micromanagement, but that method that Sal said is even better. A lot more automated. Oh, and as someone in my chat said, funny man, you can also use them to force minecarts to take a particular route if there are multiple options. Yeah. And as you build them, and as I'll show you here in a second, you can tell them to push it in a certain direction. So if you create like junctions at any point, as I have up here, actually. Oh, I've
never played around with junctions other than to get a minecart on.
Yeah. It's pretty simple as well. You just when you're setting up the route of the minecart, you can tell it to go to a certain spot and then tell the dwarves to kick it off a certain other direction or take a different way with it. You can also set up buttons on the track that trigger at a certain weight. So if you check the weight of the minecart, you can sort of like the scales you see at grocery stores where they zero it out so it doesn't count the weight of it. And then when it's loaded with material, you can set it to just at that weight of the minecart. And then if there's any material in it, you can have it trigger a button that sends it a different way or makes it perform
fancy.
differently. Yeah, it's a lot more complicated than I think I'd want to set up myself because it would require a lot more tracks. But I know people have set up entire like simple computers with minecarts. And you should check out if y'all are really interested in that particular complexity. There's a lot on the wiki page with the weights and the buttons and stuff like that. Does stuff that get dumped like that maintain momentum, or does it stop immediately? I've never tested. I believe it stops immediately, but I've never tested it with a non-flowing one. I'm pretty sure it stops immediately. If anyone knows for sure, let me know. Now, where was I? Oh, right. We've made the first stop. So I've made this first stop. I've decided if I want it to stop really hard or not stop at all. You set where you want it to dump if you want it to be a dump stop. If it's a loading stop, you don't set it to dump anywhere. And then you go make where you make the spot where you want it to dump, the end of the line or the start of the line if you're doing it back and forth. Up here, I have one that's dumping south, as you can see by this pile of stuff. And once I've built that, then comes the part that might scare some people, where you set up the hauling route. That's just right down here. It's got its own big button on the main menu. And as you can see, I have a couple here, and this requires a couple presses. So if anyone gets a little confused or wants me to re-explain anything, just let me know. So like this one down here, I have a tray depot up. This goes from, well, let me zoom to it. No, okay. This goes from down here, where my tray depot is. That's that stop. And when you make a new route, as I'll do right here, you can name it whatever you want. Let's do trade depot up, just to copy that, and I'll go over each one. I add the stop right here. This is where you add the stop, as it explains at the top. I'm going to add that stop down here. This is my junction. There it is. That's the junction that I have. Okay. And then you add all the stops you want it to go towards. I'm going to have it go up to here. And you don't need to tell them to dump it because it's going to auto dump it. Okay, so now I have 2 stops on this line. And the next thing you're going to want to do is tell them what to do at each stop, and then link up any relevant items. Like if I want them to haul certain materials from downstairs, as I did with these, I can show you at the bottom here. I tell them to guide south immediately when full of desired items, and I linked it to this stockpile. And what it picks up right here, you can tell it what to pick up exactly, and then you link it to a stockpile, and then the dwarves will try to fill it with whatever stuff you told them to fill it with. For this, I have gems, I have stones. This is if I bought stuff from a trader, and they would bring it to that stockpile next to the trade depot. They'd load it into the cart because I've linked it to that stockpile down there, to this one. And then, as you can see, the cart is right here, actually. It's 58% full. They've been loading it up as time goes on. And then I set an order. When you make a new one, it looks a little differently. I'll show you what that looks like. Here's a new one. This is what it looks like when you don't assign anything to it. It has a couple
suggestions, isn't it?
Yeah, which can help you if you're looking at it and it confuses you. You can have it guide north. You can have it go immediately. You can have it go in 14 days when at least 50% of items. And you can have it or any variation of time. And you can change these like percentage of items at once. You can say of desired items, of any items. You can tell it to go a certain direction. And then you can tell it to either push it or guide it. And there's a couple things with guiding it that is actually beneficial. You can tell them to kick it, which I have in a couple areas in my fort, and I'll show you what that does. Or you can tell them to ride it if you want the dwarf to go for a little ride in it. And dwarves can ride in minecarts that are even filled with lava. They apparently it doesn't react with them. They're perfectly fine doing that.
Maybe they're like stood on the back of the minecart.
Oh yeah, that could work.
Like, you know, on the outside of it.
Right. Toast their beards a little bit. After you've assigned the stop, you've told it what you want to pick up from that stop. You've you've told it when to leave from that stop, whether or not it's pushed, kicked, whatever. This one I have guided. So this one is at the bottom. I tell them to guide south immediately whenever it's full. So whenever they fill up with these items here, they'll immediately push it and they'll bring it up to the next stop on my line, which is the top that's up here. Now at the top, I have go north immediately when it's empty. This is just a bring up, empty, bring back down. I don't want them to pick up anything upstairs. Although I could set them up to grab like swords and other crafted items and bring it down to the trade depot. I think I have another thing for that though, because multitasking your minecarts is kind of difficult. So creating separate minecarts is a little easier. They bring up to the top, it gets emptied right away, and then I tell them to guide it again because I have a kickoff point up here. So they guide it back here. I don't want them to kick it because if they kick it, it just goes that direction. It will like not go where you want it to. But I told them to guide it over to here, and once they bring it to this junction here, I call this the kickoff. Then they immediately, no matter what, it'll just push off. They kick it immediately, and then it rolls down super fast. And I can unpause it, and maybe we'll get to see one. Actually, I can have them do that. Let's demonstrate it. And it will try to get back to its try to get back to the start. It will go through and then try to get back to the first order in the business. And I actually have it go down to this interchange because I doubled up on these rails, which is a bit more difficult, as I said. But I kind of like reusing rails like in train games. So they bring it down to here, and I have other carts that actually continue on. I have them kick it again, and it goes back down all the way to the bottom of the fort. But this one, I tell them to guide it, and they guide it around here and back to the part right there.
If you click on a minecart, can you follow it with the camera? Like, no. Oh, hang on. No, select the minecart rather than the track.
Right. Yep.
We can. Oh.
Oh, yeah, I have them bringing blocks up because I'm building a structure on top. Well, I was planning on building a structure on top of the base. Let's actually, we can take a look at this if I just tell them to lower. They'll guide north immediately. It's already at 58%, so we should see a kobold start pushing this up in just a moment. Let's follow it. Good idea. What? Oh, I don't know why it put the camera here. That's strange. Oh, here we go. And then he's guiding it up the ramp. Now, your dwarves can walk over each other with minecarts. There's no interaction when it's being guided. There was something else, too. They can go, they move. So speed with people pushing minecarts is based on the dwarves or kobolds' speed, not on the weight of the cart. That has no impact on it. See, and there it gets pushed up there. It was emptied automatically, and then it got pushed to this spot, and now someone kicked it. It's rolling down really fast. You can see it's picking up and lowering speed. It stopped at the interchange because I have the brakes set to high right here. And then someone should come to do the next stage here, and he's going to guide it the rest of the way. And now it's back at the start.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what I was going to say. But
when they're pushing it, there's no danger to people or animals. It's when it's running loose. Is that correct?
Yes. When it's running loose, that's when you get people getting shredded to pieces and murdered.
Or
and
powered.
Impacts.
Mm-hmm.
And also traps if you're seeing this design and thinking, man, I really want to run this into an army of goblins. That's a correct thought. You can actually use these as weapons. The damage that's inflicted is based on the weight of the cart. So the heavier you make the cart, like if it's made of lead, the more impact damage it will have when it hits whatever it's going to hit.
Do you know if traders can pass over minecart rails?
That I've never tested. I think it's a passable track, so I would assume it'd be like a bridge. So I wouldn't imagine they wouldn't be able to. I didn't see anything of that on the wiki. I've never tested it though, but hold on, there was a quirk I was going to look at. I can't find it. I just remember there's some weirdness with the empty carts. Okay. So that's the basics of just building a simple track. Does that make sense, Sal? Or is there anything you want me to go over with
absolutely. Ledge Kindred is has got the question: Trader wagon plus high speed minecart equals free stuff? Question mark. No,
it's actually
what I was thinking is that most traps a trade wagon can't pass over, but if you build traps based on minecarts that you can let go at an appropriate time, you can build traps in your corridors that are open to traders that you trigger not when a trader's there, but when another enemy is coming down your corridor. And if the traders can get across the minecarts, across the minecart tracks, then you can put traps in places that you couldn't ordinarily put traps.
I could test that right now, actually, by carving it and then seeing if the depot is accessible.
Yeah, sure. That'd be good, if you don't mind.
Sure. Just make sure I have everything up here. Okay, we'll just carve a little minecart track across there. And once they carve it, it should show. You can also smooth over tracks. If you don't like the way you built it, you can smooth it over. I kind of wish graphically it would show it as smooth. As you can see, it looks rough. Even though I smoothed this all before. I don't like how that looks. I hope graphically they change that to be smooth stone if it's smooth, but that's okay. There we go. We got some tracks being changed here. There's someone who's not having a good day, it looks like. All right, that's completely crossing that now. Let's see. Do you remember what the button is to see if it's accessible now?
I don't know that button, that we can still test that. You're in midwinter, aren't you? So it'll be a while before you get traders here.
Let's see here. Does it show? Building present. It says if it's not accessible, right? I believe.
Yeah, it used to be Shift D to find out if your depot was accessible. Toadie didn't manage to get the Steam version of that in time.
And it doesn't look like it shows even if you're building it.
Mm.
Well, we can just let it run for a little bit. I
Yeah,
assume
if you
it's
don't mind.
accessible, though, because it is passable by that. I don't think I get wagons in this current fort.
Ah.
Someone has fallen asleep on their minecart track. That's not the best idea, even though it's not real. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Okay. There's no depot access fee for now. Okay. Hello, Gwillem. If you have any minecart wisdom you'd like to share as well, feel free to throw it at us. If anyone in the chat has any minecart wisdom they'd like to share as well.
Indeed.
As I'm just looking through here. There's a couple of things with tracks when you're building it. Minecarts can fly off the track. So I don't have, if you've noticed on most of my turns, it's just a hard turn here. So the minecart has nowhere else to go but the way I want it to go, because it's going very fast when it's going down this slope. But if I put like a big gap, it can fly off and dump all of its contents as well. So that's something to be careful about. On your corners, it's a good idea to have a little blockage so the minecart goes where it needs to go. If you want the minecarts to go up a slope, there's one other thing you can build. It's called a roller. If you're building it with lava and having that kind of fun lava minecart thing that Sal was talking about, you have to make sure it's magma safe mechanisms or chains, magma safe chains, I believe. And it's sort of like a stop, except you're telling it how much speed to add. The only issue is you have to make sure you've attached it to something that can power it. There's a couple different designs for powered minecarts. I use just pushed minecarts in this fort, but they involve sort of a kind of a circular roundabout pattern. Maybe I can just show you.
Still,
Can you
more,
still make minecart?
if you need to move stuff, even the non-powered pushed minecarts, still more efficient than wheelbarrows.
Yes, yeah, because it carries 5 times the equipment, which is much more efficient. So this would be, I believe it would be a roller, and then this would be your central power tower, and it would be powering the rollers as they go through. If I put a roller here, and then it goes up, and it like pushes it up. I don't know if that makes sense. A roller here, and you just sort of go around and a central power tower in order to push it up. I'm sorry, I don't have an example here currently, but well, maybe I can build a little minecart shotgun here from scratch. Let me turn on the speed too, so we don't have to wait and watch it. Dwarf Hack has a speed command you can use. And if I do that, we can get this little experiment done quicker. Okay. Do ramp accelerators still work? Now, I saw on the wiki that was a thing. I could test that. It's sort of an exploit. I was going to mention that though. There's if you build a diagonal ramp, I wasn't really sure if I understood what the guide was talking about. But when you build a diagonal ramp, the cart gets tricked into not visualizing it properly, and it will build up infinite speed. Just trying to see if I can remember how to do. I don't know if it's possible because you can only build from point A to point B now. Maybe I can try to make it to work though. But from what I've seen, where's a good spot to test this? Let's build a couple of ramps and give this a shot, because I did look that up and I was going to mention that. Okay, we've got some ramps. Now let me see. Because originally when you built carts, you had to build it in directions, but now it's point A to point B.
Could you put your ramp indicator on for me, Zesty?
Sure.
Just I can't see the difference with. I mean, that looks like a floor to me.
Yeah. Do you have where was that again? Is it
up by the mini map, below the water level indicator? There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's better.
Okay. Oh no, that's truck stop. Now let me see how is it going to recognize this? Because it has to be diagonal, if I remember right, from when I was looking at it in the guide. So, would I do it like that? No, that won't work, will it? I don't know if it's possible anymore. The guide needs okay, that is not right. Hold on. So, I can also show you the page. It's kind of hard to see, but let me show you, Sal, and see if this makes sense. And I can sort of see how the concept is.
Oh, well, I can pull up the wiki. That might be easier.
Okay. Here's the picture I was talking about.
Oops, let me just move that over there.
So that, if going from left to right is how it apparently builds up speed and is and does its function here. Hold on, let me just get rid of that and then erase that. Okay, so what I want this to do is go down and face right. Actually, I might be able to get that to work if I just do this. Okay, yeah, this is how you do it. But I'd have to delete the upper one. Let's see if this works. Oops. Wrong button. Okay, that might not work. I might have to do it one at a time. Okay. Let me try that one more time. I'm trying to duplicate what I'm seeing on the screen here. And let me do a track that leads up to it. This is the entrance. And then this is... I don't know if it's starting to make sense to those watching. It's a bit tedious when I'm constructing. I assume carving might make this a little bit less tedious. But as it hits this, it counts it as it's going down, and then it just picks up speed. So I'll make a little minecart track out here, and we can test it and see if it's still in the current version. I'm guessing it is, though, since I was able to build it. Just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Merp, 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 merp. Oh, nice. I don't even have to erase it. Okay, that saved me a little bit of time. Oh, boy. Whoops. Goodness. But yeah, this is an exploit, but if you're looking to maybe make something without having to do that, this is currently still in the game. I'm sure it will eventually be patched out, so it's not probably the best thing to learn. But let's build an up ramp, and this will show us if that is capable of still providing enough speed, because I'm going to have them push off, and it should run out of speed right away. But if I build a ramp, it would fly off the ramp, and we'll watch a cart go flying through the air, which should be kind of funny. Any day now, kobolds. What are they doing? They're having a fika. Ah, there it goes.
There you go, yeah.
This will probably never be patched out, you say? Okay. Eon neck. Let's see. And then I'm just going to do this. There we go. And then they'll build it up the ramp. And then I could even maybe put it up into a place where I could show you how to do a minecart shotgun too. If you're all interested in seeing a minecart shotgun. They're pretty simple to do, and they seem pretty funny. Okay, that's going to go that way. No auto dumping. Perfect. And now I'm going to do a simple little track on this. Get rid of that. Route 7, we're going to name this the test rail. And we're going to add this stop here. And then we're not going to tell it to pick up anything. We're just going to tell it... Later on, we'll tell it to pick up stuff for the minecart shotguns. We're going to tell them to kick it, so they won't push it. They'll just give it a little push right away. And let me just change that. Always. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I've added that. Now I just got to add the minecart, and I have a couple... Well, I already have... It tells you which minecarts you have assigned. Let me just build a minecart, too. That's another important step to this thing I don't think I mentioned, having it build the minecarts. Let's do a heavy one, too. One out of lead. Okie doke. They should make that right away.
Oak Tree's got an old Windows document with screenshots of a minecart shotgun from version 37 or so.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got some old scribbled drawings of minecart logic.
Lord Prettybeard in my chat also says you can do platinum minecarts for more weight. I don't think I have any platinum, though. I was paused? Oh, nuts. They should make that really fast because I have teleport on just for the purposes of this little walkthrough. Oh, right. Okay. Little menu here. Let's see if they did it. Nope, they haven't made it yet. Just a moment then. While we're doing that, I suppose I could start making the minecart shotgun. That I can carve because I've got a wonderful mountain here. Where's the entrance? I could do it right here, actually. What if you could add... Oh. Since I can't mute myself, hectic? Yes. Yes. This question in my chat. I can link that. So if you'd like, I can. Let's see. You want to have a lot of speed because more speed equals more death with minecart shotguns. So we're going to build a couple pillars here to get the most out of this. Oh, don't stand on the spot, you dork. There we go. Wonder if they'll... Yeah, okay, good. All right, and then we'll just make this our short minecart shotgun. Now, this isn't going to work really well because enemies, when they see your kobolds or your individuals, will get angry, and your warriors and such will get angry as well.
Mm.
I'm not sure if you have to give it a space, but let's just do it like that. What you need is speed, and then the minecart to stop. And what happens is all the items inside the minecart go flying out. And how you get it to stop is with a fortification. Because stuff can go through a fortification, but big objects can't. Why isn't it building it? No, oh, it's in the air. Whoops. Down at the bottom. There we go. And then I got to build some ramps because they have trapped themselves.
Brutalist Host says, is there any difference in the game mechanics between carving and laying the minecart tracks?
Only the... Sorry,
I was going to say I didn't believe so. But yeah, you run with the answer?
Sure. As I was saying earlier, the only difference is speed. And also, when you're building, you can only build at a maximum, 10 tiles, I believe the wiki said. I can only go... Well, no, actually, there is no... There is no, that must have been old information. With building, you have to use materials, and carving, you have to, you can just carve the stone, but you need stone. That's the difference. I believe it's also faster from what I remember reading, but you can make as many as you want now. There's no limit to constructing. As you can see, I can go as far as I want with this. And it's also material, I guess, if you don't want to use the material, but... Why aren't they building this? Come on. Got a nice ramp here so far. As soon as they build that, forget it. Let's just start working on this. I'm going to carve a track, and I'm going to have it go down, 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 down. Oh. Whoops. I built this incorrectly.
Is there a piece of ramp or something missing there?
It's actually a 2-tile drop by accident.
Ah, right.
Gotta delete that and then delete that. That should fix it, hopefully, or cause a cave-in. Either way. Downward slope, upward slope. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. So ramp, and then they'll deconstruct that. Oh, I know why they're not building it. They can't build diagonally. One of my hopes later for the game is that they make building diagonally a thing. Because they can't currently build on diagonals when it's obstructed, and it drives me up the wall when I'm building, because I like to build above ground. It's a challenge that I make for myself. Okay. And deconstruct that. Perfect. There, now we got a nice slope. And I will build a wonderful little track that goes all the way down, and then I need to fix. 1 second. I'll just start working on that track right now, but that is another error right there. Sometimes it's hard building in 3D.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need a flat spot at the end, but we'll test that right now. Barnacles! Oh, I'm so sorry. That's what I get for building on the fly. Another cool thing you can do while I'm building this, you can actually link up, you can build doors, and if you want to keep creatures off of track, you can put statues on it, because the creatures can't pass the statues. So if I put a statue here, the cart can go past it, but the creatures can't.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can also have floodgates that you can build and have attached to buttons. So if you're wanting to sort your carts, you can do it with a button method where if it's over a certain weight, it can trigger a floodgate go down, and then it will go straight as opposed to turning. Because it will fly right past. And that's where you can use the derailment to your advantage. You can also use the speed derailments if you want to do like a hole. Like if you wanted to, if I carved a hole right here and made no ramps, the kobolds I have, or the dwarves, wouldn't be able to get across it, but the carts can skid right over that because they're going so fast. That is another method to keep them off your rails. Notice they're a bit too polytheistic, or is that a bad luck in my world gen? Might be bad luck, because I think it doesn't feel any different in terms of mechanics. I believe it's just a reskin, this mod that I'm using, and he's trapped himself in there.
Because of course he has.
I should have just carved out this is the mountain. Carving is so much easier than straight up building. You don't have to do all this faffery, which I'm almost tempted to do. Okay. Ramp, 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 ramp. It should be good. Now, this song, I don't know if you guys can hear the music that's playing. I don't know if Simon is ever going to see one of my streams, but to me, I don't know if to anyone else, this song has a part in it that sounds like it's that play that funky music till you die. And it's one part of it, and I can't unhear it. And I can point out the part to anyone who wants it ruined. Otherwise, I cannot point it out if you would prefer.
Oh, now I've got to know.
That's it. I'm just carving it. All right. What you need is just a nice, gentle slope. And you know what? I'm just going to build it right in my fort. It's fine. It might kill some people, but I'm not saving this, so it's fine. I'm going to put a fortification there. and then I'm going to carve out track. And this is going to be a really powerful shotgun because this goes all the way up here. Actually, even better, even better. Mound ruined, restart. Well, I actually did stop this fort because I thought I could build interconnected parts of the fort. And then I noticed it's actually a lot easier to just have one part of the fort and then bring everything to your dwarves, as opposed to having multiple places where your dwarves will live, because they'll decide to just go wherever they want and waste all their time walking around. Okay. And we'll have it run down to here. And I think that should be enough speed, I hope. And we're just going to carve a fortification here. Do, 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 do. Hope you're having a zesty day. I am, Solden. How are you? I hope everyone's having a fantastically zesty full day. Everyone in my chat, everyone in Kit Fox's chat.
Indeed. While you're digging, building this, I can tell chat about the news.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So when I started streaming for Kit Fox, I put forward a plan for what the series would look like, what we'd be covering, which topics we'd be covering, and I put together a 3-month plan to cover across the Monday streams and the Saturday streams, how we could get through the majority of Dwarf Fortress subjects. And, well, the 3 months is up. In fact, this is going to be the last of the Monday night streams. Now, then something else happened. For PAX East is taking place the end of this week, start of next week, I forget exactly, imminently. And we were hoping, we had a plan, myself and Alexandra at Kit Fox. We thought it'd be really funny if we could if I could build a fort, and I was going to do I was doing this in my own streams rather than on Kit Fox. If I could secretly build a fort, which then at PAX we could give Tarn a fortress to play as a surprise. So he'd turn up to his PAX panel thinking that he was going to play his usual fortress. And instead, Alexandra was going to go, ta-da! Go play this one instead. So we'd started building a fortress for Tarn to play. Unfortunately, when Kit Fox proposed...
Play that funky music till you die.
Oh gosh, yeah. I hear it now.
Sorry, keep going. I apologize.
Yeah. When Kit Fox put the proposal forwards to PAX about what they wanted to do, how they were going to get... they were going to do a demonstration of Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, PAX unfortunately don't allow games to be demonstrated exactly so they don't want the panels to be used as advertisement, so they rejected the proposal. So Tan and Zach are going to be there, but they're going to be talking about oh god, I've forgotten again. Was it storytelling, world building? Yes, but they can talk about game mechanics. They just can't play the game. They can't sort of sit there and play the game. So that we were trying to think of another way that we could do something. And oh, bless. Dark Cookie says, I just wanted to drop in and thank you guys. Raided my first ever Dwarf Fortress stream, and now tonight was my first affiliate stream. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Yeah, so we were trying to think of a way to do something similar. And with this series coming to an end, what we've decided to do, which I'm very happy about, is I am going to restart my my tiny tower fortress, but we're going to build it here on the KitFox streams. I'm going to be streaming, instead of doing two short streams, 4 hours on a Monday and 2 hours on a Saturday, we're going to be doing a 6-hour stream on a Saturday, and I'm going to restart my tiny tower fortress. And towards the end of May, we haven't got a specific date yet, but towards the end of May, it is the KitFox 10th anniversary celebrations, and they're going to be taking over Steam for a week, and they've got a whole series of events planned, and including they want to do something with Tom. And they say, this is the perfect time. This is the thing that we've been looking for. If we couldn't do it at PAX, we'll do it then. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So for the next 2 months, I'm going to be doing a Saturday stream where we'll be building the tiny tower. And so we'll go from the start. I already have the save file for it, so we don't need to go looking for an embark. I've already got the world generated, but we'll start from day one with the tiny tower, and we'll see how far we can get in the space of 2 months. It'll be just short of 2 months of one stream a week. Which is actually quite a short time to make an impressive fortress. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Get to build my tiny tower at last. And we've been talking about this for a while, about, well, maybe we should do it on the KitFox stream. So the people who've been wondering why I've not been building it on my own streams, yeah, that's why. It's because I knew that we were going to be... Like, the likelihood was we were going to bring it over to KitFox.
That sounds absolutely awesome.
And so I was saying to Alexandra at KitFox that I think I must have watched everything that Tarn's put out that is on the internet about Tarn, because I love listening to him talk about stuff. And I have never seen him review and comment on anybody's fortress. Never seen him do that. For the next 2 months, I'll be building this secret tiny tower. Very, very secret. Super secret dwarf spy business. Yeah, well, at least this time it's not going to be a surprise, so we don't need to keep it secret. Tom will know that that's what he's going to be doing as part of... the KitFox celebrations. Yeah, it was the worst kept secret ever on my channel, because of course I'm broadcasting it live over on Twitch, over on my channel on Twitch, and telling everybody, shush, it's a secret, don't tell anybody. Just me and all you other hundreds of people.
Well, hopefully he doesn't pop in for a second. All right. And I guess I have a few things I can show. Unless there's anything else you want to tell them.
No, that's good. That's good.
Perfect. So I was just setting up the shotgun up here, and I actually... one of the good things to use is actually coins. You can also use serrated discs. Any kind of horrible weapon or sharp object you want to load into your shotgun, kind of more like a blunderbuss, now that I think about it, if we're using more accurate terms. But I'll show you how we set up the shotgun here. We build So this is my shotgun. I added the top stop, and I linked up this little stockpile here. I'm going to tell them to take from this stockpile here. Otherwise, they can grab it from anywhere, really, but this will be faster to load it. I'm going to tell them to only grab coins. As you can see, all the different types of coins. And then, or I can do weapons, whatever I want to do. The settings, I'm going to tell them to kick it as soon as it's full. So I'm going to just kick off those, and as soon as it's full, they're going to go kick that to the right. It may not get full, but I can make it so it I can just lower that when I'm ready for them to kick it. Oh, I forgot to tell them to do it. A form of trebuchet since it's gravity powered. That's a good point, DDV.
And Kindred has a question.
Sure.
Does it matter which direction you build the tracks? Like, if you want the cart to go left to right, do you have to build the tracks left to right?
Yes. It looks like since the cart building is now left to right, I mean, it's point A to point B. I had to, in order to build this, I had to do sort of a top right. I don't know if this will work. We're going to test it. This is the old method. Originally, you could, when you built diagonal tracks, you had to select which direction you wanted the track to go when you laid it down. But that's been since changed, since you can now just...
Now you set it on your hauling route, don't you?
Yeah. Let's see, I'm going to make sure they don't fill the shotgun while I'm not looking. So let's... Lead minecart, very nice. That's going to fly. Okay, and then it shows as red because it's not on the track. If it ever goes off the track, it will show it's red and angry. But they should bring it instantly because of how I have the game running right now. Let's just see how fast we can load this. It should take a lot of coins, so we probably won't fill it, but I'll launch it and give you a little demonstration. And it's particularly deadly. I'm sad we don't have any sieges to demonstrate it on. Oh, I'm on the wrong. I'm planning on building this in my other fort that I showed you guys previously with the Cobalt Ziggurats. I'm planning on having a Temple of Despair that they have to walk through, filled with minecart shotguns.
Presumably for the enemy, not for your own people.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, good.
Oof, all those coins, only 1%. Yikes. Let's just have them kick it right away. And we're going to follow it because it's going to go very fast. Hopefully it doesn't kill anyone on the way down. Oh, did you see that? That was really fast.
That was really
fast. But all
fast.
the coins got launched. And you can see they're all down here.
Like little bullets.
Yeah, little bullets went flying out through the fortification. And enemies can't get in through that fortification. And as you can see, this one's still falling. There it goes. And it launches them quite far. So you can funnel enemies into, like, entrance tunnels. I think my original plan for this fort, and I actually should have just probably built it that way, was having a minecart shotgun come through this wall with a fortification, and then just have it zoom up and blast. So if a trader is irritating me, I can shoot him with a shotgun. Like that Splunky game, I think, where the guy has a trader has a shotgun. But that would funnel it through this area here, and you can have invaders come in and shoot them. I also got this ready down here. We'll show off that. The test rail, I'll add a minecart to that. We can just add the minecart shotgun, sure. And they should kick that right away, and we'll see if this works. Oh, nope. Doesn't look like it works. Unless I didn't make it right, that should have... I mean, it did pick up speed, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't look like the exploit still works. But that is interesting. If you wanted to, this is actually a way you can... because minecarts will roll back and forth with the energy they have, you can make a kind of like a seesaw system. This is especially nice if you put rollers down, and then imagine you put this through like this entryway here. And I had minecarts rolling back and forth and back and forth, and goblins coming through would just get constantly creamed by it because the rollers would cause it to roll back and forth and back and forth. And I can demonstrate some rollers right now. They're pretty simple. I'm going to have it go to the right, tell it which way as fast as it can, and...
Oh,
It will
Gwilym's
just...
suggesting you might need walls along the north of those ramps because otherwise the ramps aren't usable ramps. That's a good point.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gwilym. Gwilym's a genius. Gwilym also plays Dwarf Fortress.
Yeah, Gwilym was on.
Get off the track! Sorry. Oh no! Ah!
Oh,
Okay,
dear.
that exploit does work. As you can see by my now seriously injured kobolds. Good lord. So there's a good demonstration of how that works. As you can see, the minecart got launched out by these giant coyotes, and the people standing on the track got creamed. So
Gwilym says, fixed it for you.
Thank you, Gwilym. This actually has given me an idea, because if I make this a 1 tile wide like this, and then have it be one of the entrances, the goblins will have to walk along this, and then it will annihilate them as it goes through. And additionally, I could set up another ramp going this way and have it go in a circle. Have it go up, go around, and then go back just in a endless loop. And then have entrances here and here, and they'd have to walk through this, and it would be absolutely devastating now that I think about it, because it would not stop. It would never stop because of these ramps. Or rollers, because rollers operate the same way, except they need to be powered.
I was going to say, I've only ever seen powered rollers, though, and those ramps are... You just need a little bit of space to build it. I like that you can build it all and then put the wall afterwards.
Yeah.
As well.
I'm not sure how it's going to work with carving. I suppose we could test that in a little tunnel. But wow, this is an exploit, though, just to let you know. The official way is with rollers, and it should work just about the same. But I'd be interested to see how carving it. Can I do the same? It's sort of like this, right? So if I do it like... No, you'd have to have an open space in order to carve it. So you can only build it, and it looks like you have to have an open space in order to use the exploit currently.
And you've got to have the ramp as well, so...
So I can't build it in here. I'd have to build it outside. But that exploit does work, because that cart... Ooh, it almost crashed. Oh my goodness. That cart really launched. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. When it calculates when you're laying the track, it can hang a little bit, because if it's very far, it will get grumpy, and it's very grumpy. There it goes.
Good thought. Twitch updates are so slow it was hard to see. Can we run another cart down that track, but maybe using the period key to advance it a frame at a time?
Sure. I'll just tell them to not launch it right away.
Immediately.
So they don't murder these poor innocent... Oh, okay, they're already gone. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. I'd actually like to build a circular and see how well that works, too. After I demonstrate the rollers, I might try to do that. Okay, we got that, and we'll tell them to kick it. This is fun science.
This is.
Okay, let's see, period, right? That still works?
It does. Of course, it's going to take somebody to walk over and kick it, though.
They should teleport with the fast dwarf. That's why I was thinking I didn't want to unpause it, because they'll teleport and do it instantly if I'm not careful. I believe hold on, the wiki does say this. The fastest, because I saw about the velocity, the fastest a minecart can go is ridiculously fast. So minecart has 3 variables for velocity. Velocity can be thought of as tiles per 100,000 ticks. So velocity of 100,000 means a cart travels 1 tile per tick. By going down a large number of ramps, a maximum velocity of 270,000 per tick can go. So every tick, the tile will move almost 3 tiles. And I know the maximum you can do, from what I saw, it almost moves like 5 tiles per tick, which is just absolutely mind-bogglingly fast. I forgot where it said it on the page. I should have written it down. The air speed velocity of an unladen swallow. Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to push the period. Okay, it's moving about, so every tick, it's moving about 2 tiles, so it's going kind of slow. Here hits the ramp. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, oh, 1, 1, 1. So it's going very fast. It's going about almost its maximum speed. Very fast. And then there it goes off into the sky. And if we wanted to, I could even put a kobold in the cart. Let's do that.
And here was me thinking, but why would you want to do that?
I remember
No, let's
when
do
minecarts when minecarts first came out, Toady was talking about the mechanics behind them on his blog posts. And one of the things he did was load a dwarf into a cart, launch it over a gorge where he had a goblin sitting on a ledge. And when the dwarf got close enough, he jumped out of the cart and started fighting the goblin on the ledge. And I thought that was just fantastic. Oh no! Jade Nightshade here. Whee! Oh no! Did he fall out? Oh my god!
Oh dear, there's a lot of injured kobolds down there.
It looks like he fell out and then was hit by the cart in the air. Who's that? Oh, he's still going. Whee! My goodness. It looks like his body weight pushed the cart farther.
Yeah. Does his body still exist?
Does what?
Does his body still exist? I mean,
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
he seemed to disappear. Oh, he's back
Yeah,
here.
with the
Right,
teleport,
yeah,
he
yeah.
just teleported
right.
away. He's right here. I don't know why he's right there, because he's wounded. I guess he already got out of the hospital. Let's not have them go through Mr. Bean's wild ride here again. Unless we wanted to test a minecart shotgun with it. Sure. Let's have them pick up some coins and then tell them to wait, and they shouldn't load that fast. Luckily, I'm not saving the game, so none of these poor creatures are actually.
This is
dealing
all
with
just
this.
a bad dream.
Yeah. Someone in my chat said my favorite Toady devlog entry was the bug from adding tissue layers where he got layering backwards, so the dwarves spawned with bone on the outside, a muscle underneath, and a skin core. The chewy center. Gracious. What if you put a heavily armored dwarf as a bearded cannonball? I don't know if the collision of the dwarf might actually do that. There's a lot of fun science, and I hope this encourages all of you to do your own science, because this will help you learn minecarts as well, and then get more comfortable with them. Oh, I have these rollers too. Oops. So this is an exploit, as I said. The rollers would be how you do it if you don't have room to build, or if you're trying to do like a nice carved tunnel and don't want to carve out a big area. And how you power those is you can either use windmills, water mills, whatever kind of power source you'd like. And I'm just going to use a windmill out here right now. And I should be able to connect it from the north. Just right under that. Do I have a needed gearbox? I don't think I do.
I think you'll be okay.
Let's see. Total power
no,
needed.
It's not. Yeah. Oh, no, there you go.
It's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to, you can just have any sort of power source linked up with either axles or gear assemblies, and it should power it. And it looks like each roller needs 2 power, so very little power. And let's just check out how far a cart can go on 1 power. And this will be a fun little experiment to see, a visual experiment on how cart physics can work. No, cancel that. Okay, and let's change the stop. Or just add a new route here. Okay. Roller rail. And I've gotten lost. There we are. Okay. It's too bad you can't put rollers on stops to have them auto-activate with buttons and stuff. That would be really cool.
So the damage comes from the material and object type, correct? So if you fired serrated discs, you'd want iron or steel. But if you packaged just bars, it'd calculate based on blunt weapons. So things like lead would be more effective.
I believe so. I believe that is the case, yeah. And that's why lead coins can be really deadly.
Put necromancer dwarfs in minecarts so they can resurrect missing body parts.
Now that's an interesting idea. Like I remember saying earlier with the you can put a dwarf on a minecart. So if you put a necromancer dwarf on an endless minecart because he's immortal, you can have fortifications so enemies can't kill him, but he can see them. So if he's just going around and around and around, as enemies die due to your traps, he'll be resurrecting them as he's riding around and around and around. Man, I really want to try that now. All right, let's see here. Roller rail. And just got to tell it to, okay. Tell it to 1 second in my chat. Just a moment. Tell them to just kick it off right away and then add a cart. There we go. And then we'll see how far a 1 roller can put it. There we go. 1 roller, it pushed it pretty far. And now you'll see how it's going constantly because that roller is just continuously pushing it. And it's going very fast. Oh my goodness. Very angry. That's another way you can actually make it a murder route by just having it go back and forth. It won't get as much speed on the way back, and it may stop. And you can also build rollers along the whole rail. But that's about how far it can push it. Quite far along a flat surface, and then it can go up a whole tile even after all this. Assumedly, I can do rollers the whole way up too. But let's. I'm gonna have to deconstruct this in order to stop this, unfortunately. Did not think that one is through as much. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a gear assembly connected between the windmill and the roller with a lever on it could switch your minecart off.
Yeah, that would be how you would
Yeah.
activate it without having to disassemble it like I just did.
But I mean, this is a test rig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just had to mute myself for a second. Sorry. Okay, let's build a couple more rollers and see how far we can launch this.
Mm-hmm.
It's in. Oops. Machines. There we go. Rollers. We're going to tell them to go right. Build a whole line of them.
Will that first roller still be part of the system? Like, if you power that first roller?
I assume it probably works like a gearbox. But I'm not entirely sure. We can test it that way. I need to make some.
I'm not sure if you
chains.
needed to deconstruct that first roller, to get the power to properly connect through everything.
I just had to make some chains really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Well, that's okay. Now everyone's just coming up and giving you a little fun. Ah!
Ooh. Training the dodging.
Dodged it.
Mm-hmm.
If you make it a light cart, you can actually, I believe this actually is a method to train dodging by making it a very light cart like featherwood. It if it does hit them, they're fine, but I believe that trains dodging. correct me if I'm wrong. I need to check the wiki again, but I've had tickled a memory there.
I would rely on them learning, like doing some training in some barracks and just letting them teach each other how to dodge. I think would probably be a safer way to do it.
Definitely.
I mean, you're going to end up with more dwarves that still have all of their limbs and not quite so traumatized, but still with good dodging skills.
That is a very good idea.
In fact, the cat in my drive-by petting story, there was somebody running on the track to try and get the cat off the track. But the person who was on the track, they didn't get injured because they were a legendary dodger. So as the... oh, I've got stream pause. Oh, no.
It crashed.
Oh,
it got
dear.
angry. 1 second. Let's put it back up.
Hang on. I shall move that over to there so I can pick you back up again in a second.
Since I have to recreate some stuff, is there anything you wanted to show while I do that?
I can show while you're putting that together. I can show the model railway that I've got that we built on stream a couple of months ago now, I think about a month and a half ago, where the drive-by cat incident happened.
Sure, if you'd like to.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can show off a different fort or whatever you'd like to do.
I'll quickly show this and then I'll pick up your stream again.
Sure.
So
I think I'm gonna...
Oh, you can't see my stream, can you? Hang on a second. I mean, you can't see my screen.
I think while you're showing that, I'll start constructing a room that fills up with lava, and
Sure.
maybe we could show a lava shotgun as well. Ah, this was my dwarven fort. Yes, this is where I also had some other rails, and I had a more complex mining tunnel, I believe.
So on my screen at the moment, this is the... I've shared my screen with you if you wanted to pick it up.
Sure. And I can show off a mine that I have on mine after we're done.
Sure.
And then I'll also start working while you're showing.
Mm-hmm. So we have windmills on the roof that are powering a gear assembly. Oops, the gear assembly is dropping through the roof and is connecting up to some rollers here. Those rollers, at the moment, everything's forbidden because it was, it turns out to be quite a dangerous system. And so the track stop there, the dwarf comes and grabs the cart, puts it on the track stop, and that shoots the cart forwards, and then it just goes round and round and round in a circle, and it's set so that a dwarf can ride it. But yes, we had a cat wander on the track here, and it was around about here where we had the drive-by petting incident. But yeah, someone was trying to get the cat off the track, and they just dodged out of the way of the cart as it came.
Is that mine track floating in the air?
No, it is. It was built on top of soil, and apparently, if you build minecarts, construct minecarts on top of soil, you see through to the layer below.
Oh,
Yeah, makes
I
the
wasn't
ground
sure for a
invisible.
moment you could build minecarts, because when I was constructing earlier, it allowed me to. I was wondering if you could like just build them floating.
Yeah, no, it is solid ground. The cat did survive, but it lost a leg.
Oh no.
So yes, that was that's my current little, and I keep thinking I'd like to do something with this design. Gonna do something in my tiny tower fortress. I can see this running around the outside of the fortress just as a display model railway type thing with something interesting inside the minecart.
I like it.
Mm.
It's like a toy train. You can put a Christmas
Yeah,
tree or something.
exactly. Right, let me pick up your stream again. Here we go. Back to Zesty. Oh, and then it crashed. Oh dear. Have we still got Zesty? No, we've lost Zesty altogether. Hang on, we'll just let Zesty... Ah, Zesty's back.
Sal?
Hello? I
Crash?
lost you for a minute. Yeah.
That was weird. Am I still showing the game?
No, I've just lost your screen share as well.
Boy, my computer sure is acting up. Someone in my chat asked if Dwarf Hack is in the workshop. Yes. Wait, is it? I think I had to download mine separately.
It's not on the workshop, but they're working on... it was... Rome was telling us about this, and I was chatting with Kit Fox about it today. So they're working with Steam to be able to bring it as an... I think it's like an in-game app type thing, because the way that DF hack affects the game, it triggers all of Steam's red flags as a cheaty tool thing, but of course there isn't a sort of cheat thing for Dwarf Fortress. So yeah, it's going to be a thing that you can bring, like it'll be like an app for the game that you'll be able to get, a free thing for the game that you'll be able to get. But fact bans for Dwarf Fortress, exactly.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, so they're working their way around it, and apparently Kit Fox's rep at Steam has said no one's ever tried to do this before. It's like, yeah, well, Dwarf Fortress. So yeah, they're working on it.
That's awesome. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a fort I actually, a dwarf fort I had where I had one of my first mine tracks. This track actually is set up so eventually it will have rollers. But one of the methods you can use minecarts for is you can have like food. Like I'm in the mountains, so I have all this lush landscape down here that I want food from. So I have minecarts in like a little station down here loaded up, and then that gets pushed back up to the fort. And eventually with rollers, it will be even faster, although more dangerous because this is just along the walkway here, which is not a really, really good design, honestly. The better design I have here is my mine track. This is just a mine track I was thinking about before with different stops. So I have my my workshop area where all my workshops and my storage are, and then I have a dumping zone here, as you can see, with all this rock. And I think I was just bringing up rock because I was making constructions, but it comes up, it dumps to the left, and then as you can see by the tracks, it goes down, and then I have turns. So as it pushes down, I have you have to make junctions. So if you have stops along this, one goes down and one goes up. This way goes up, this way goes down. So it goes down, it hits this stop, and it can either go right into my little mine here where I'm quarrying out minerals and gold. They haul it to here, they load it up, and then it goes back up through here. That's the first mine stop. Pick up, drop off, first turn. And then the second stop, this is marble, where I was mining marble. It goes down, they go left, and then it kicks it down past here. And you can do this with multiple stops and just have junctions and not have to carve multiple different separate railways for it. It makes it a little bit more fiddly and a little bit more dangerous, but I kind of like the idea of just one mine shaft. I don't know why it intrigues me so much. And then I even have more capability for down here. And this will speed up your ability to get resources from the bottom. Like if I think this actually is the fort where I found a rather lucrative, well, maybe it wasn't the fort. I found a really lucrative cotton candy pipe in one of my forts. I don't think it was this fort though. But you can use this as minecarts are in real life and just push it up or set up a system. But I was going to show off lava. So while I guess I can start making that now. Oh, this is a vampire dropping room.
A
I put a
vampire
vampire
dropping
in.
room?
Yeah, I thought I found a vampire, but I wasn't sure, so I put him in this room and locked the door. And he
All
never
right.
died he never got thirsty or hungry, so
Mhm.
I just pulled a lever and there used to be lava below that and dropped him into the volcano. Volcanoes are really good at cleaning up messes or sacrificing enemies of your fort. So she's one of the desert dwarfs. Red Celtic, this is Salford Sal you're listening to. She has a
Hello.
channel on
I
Twitch
do.
as well, and she's absolutely probably one of the best city builder players ever. You should
Thank
see
you.
some of her cities. They're fantastic. Oh, lava, sorry. Now, from what I've seen, I've never played around with this, but it looks like when you do this, you're going to want to create like a little area for the cart
Mhm.
to go in quickly and then come out with the magma. So we'll make a little area here. Unless you want me to demonstrate something else.
No, no, you go with this. I'm curious.
Where do I want the filling room to be? This is where the magma starts. So I think for safety's sake, I'll put it here because then I don't have to worry about it flooding too fast and I can do it from above. This looks like a good spot. And I'm going to run it so it shoots the lava out because eventually in this fort I planned on making a grand staircase down to the bottom. Here's red panda men statues. And I was going to have one of these walls be a fortified wall instead, and you can shoot out, so your staircases can be murder staircases that your enemies have to climb in order to come at you. What is the best problem solver? Magma. Yeah, well said. Let's find the top of the magma quick. So I'm going to push it into the lava, and then rollers in the lava filling room are going to push it out, up a ramp, and out. And then I'll just guide it along an area over here. So maybe like right here. This should be perfect. And then we'll make this the filling room. I'll have them push it. No, let's do it here. So I don't want the cart to get stuck in the lava, otherwise it becomes useless.
Mm. There is a visual bug at the moment in the game where carts that are filled with magma become invisible.
Invisible, really?
Mhm.
Uh-oh. No. Oh, no. That's not a good thing to lose track of. All right, there's the dip. Goes down. Oh, and we'll want to put a roller down there, so. Goes down the ramp. This is the roller. Goes up the ramp. And then I'll just make a nice weird tunnel over to where I want to shoot the lava. Right here would be beautiful. Make it a straight line, not the best design. A diagonal would be a lot prettier, but that's okay.
For test purposes.
Yeah. I'm going to make this back a bit just so we don't clip because I'm going to be ripping out some of this and we're going to build up the speed now. So that goes down, down, down. Gravity generated. Hello, Snazzy Maz. Unless your problem is clowns, then you also need a strategic deployment of water with the magma. Yeah, obsidian. I've never tried that. Does that make obsidian chunks that fly through the air? Yeah, that should be enough speed to make something interesting happen.
I can. I predict setting the world on fire.
I don't want to set the world on fire. This slope isn't cooperating. Because I want it to pick up speed, but it's going to slow down if it...
The slope is extending faster than your ramp's coming down.
I think I'll just carve... No. Maybe I'll just run it outside. That should be fine. And then I can get it to where I want it to be.
Excuse me.
How's your cold, by the way?
I'm a lot better.
That's good. Okie dokes. A magma mist generator trap. Ooh. And I'll just build out of whatever material so we can get this done quickly, as opposed to over the next 253,000 years. You know what? Actually, I don't know if I Oh dear. I'll just carve the mountain out because I don't know if I like the idea of exposing, because enemies will just come through this hole, but if there's a fortification there, they can't. So instead, I'll just... That looks like it's probably enough speed, maybe a little bit more. There. And then I'll just carve out from here. That will be the fortification there. So... Easy enough. And then I turned on hyperspeed, so this will get done really fast. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Well, you know, when they get around to it. They'll do it really fast
drinking.
when they get to it.
When they're done drinking in the tavern, yeah. Simon did such a fantastic job. Any day now, boys. Oh, maybe they're digging another area.
You could have a look at your task list.
Have a look at what?
Your task list.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Come on, you can do it, Dwarf Fortress. Don't crash. This was actually a fort I had to abandon for a while because of that bug where an invader will crash it. But it did start working because they fixed that bug, but maybe it is... Oh, dear. Nope! Oh, thank goodness. Oh, dear. Dwarf Searcher soundtrack snuck out of the radar for the awards? Oh, man, yeah. It does have an exceptional soundtrack. Okay, it seems to be okay now. I don't know what that lag was for. A lot of my forts end up being really laggy because I do rather weird things with my designs. This is a fort where I had created a multi-level entrance hall because I liked the way it looked.
Yeah.
I wish the dwarves could appreciate multi-Z levels. Oh, good. They got that done.
Although, it does strike me if the dwarfs could look upwards, then so could the enemies. And like...
They can sort of do that already, don't they?
Kinda, but At the moment, the fact that they can't break things above their head is like really important to my fortress design.
Oh, yeah.
So I know they can take a crossbow and shoot something that's on a different level.
I wish I could test my shotgun on this guy. He's coming to steal stuff. Oh, no. Never mind. He wasn't. He's just a visitor. Either that or my army is terrible. Sometimes they get stuck in prayer loops. Hold on. Let's no more praying, everybody. Get out of here. Get back to work. Yeah, there is everybody in there. All my miners are in there just praying nonstop. Well, geez, do I have to switch back to my kobold for it? Because these guys don't seem to want to do any work.
Have a look at your character sheet and just see
right.
what everybody's. Have a look on the creatures tab. You've got plenty of miners, but have a look and see. There's. Yeah. How come you're not doing any work?
I was near my own bed. It's interesting.
You haven't got them scheduled for training or anything, have you?
Potentially.
You've got 3 squads in constant training, 2 of them in staggered.
What if I just let more people get a whack at that? Well, no job. That is strange. They should be doing something. Let's try the other fort.
Okay.
Quit without saving. Looks like kobolds work a little harder than dwarves. Unless it's bugged because of the mod, I don't know. DDV, that was beautiful, thank you. Do we have any questions in the chat about anything you guys are seeing so far? I did check the burrows. It didn't look like
No, there was nobody assigned
active.
to a burrow.
Well, thankfully, I already have lava pulled up to the fort. I know just what I want to build here. I may even save this. This is my Temple of Death, and I was planning on doing minecart shotgun hallways. And this looks like a good spot for it. Yeah.
Now, we've got plenty of time if you want to remove the... Because I'm just wondering whether it's the super speed that's causing the crashes.
A what? Oh, the super speed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I was going to say, you could switch the super speed off if you like. Because we've got plenty of time. We're not pressed for time.
Okay. I think I want this to be my shotgun. I'm going to have them come in through here. And then there'll be a nice wide open area that they have to cross that I'm going to be shooting lava at them. The only problem is reloading it is going to be a pain in the tushy. But I could set up a cart gathering if you... I believe if I put a gap, it will hit the wall, stuff will fly out, and then it will drop, and I can maybe do a recovery area, so I don't even have to reload it. Fastdwarf 1.0 uses a vanilla debugging flag. Ah, okay. I can do that. And then they'll move fast, but they won't be nasty. So we're going to do a little bit of a fancy feast here with this one. Let's do it. I wonder if we want to use rollers to get the speed up. What do you think, Sal?
Do you have a power source?
I have a couple of windmills over here, but I'd have to set up a new one for this. I could potentially use this one to pump the lava and then power the cart too.
Yeah, I mean, because you're quite near the surface, aren't you? You're not that terribly far down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's only a couple of levels.
Yeah, just 2 levels. I don't know if that's enough speed to get a really nice shotgun blast. Hair rollers. Yes, Shen. I don't think I'm going to be able to build it in this area. This will have to be something else. I don't think I'm going to get the speed I want. So we can do one above the ground. Maybe over here.
I don't know, because if you're getting, say you're getting 40, it depends on how much power you're getting from your windmills. How much power are you getting?
80.
You're getting 80 power. That would power 40 rollers.
This ones are currently hooked up to my row of millstones.
So if
I guess I can unhook it though.
If you put a new windmill down, it'd still be 80. And you could put a lot of rollers down just powered by one windmill. You would get a lot of power coming through because every time it hits a new roller, it speeds up a little bit more, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So with a decent run,
there's a maximum speed with rollers. Let me see. Should have written this down. Sorry. Let's see. Rollers have great acceleration and capped speed. Carts going faster than the roller unaffected. If a cart moves across an active roller in the direction of the roller works and moves slower than the roller's specified speed, the cart will be set to the roller's speed. Carts going against the roller's movement direction will be sent back the way it came, once again at the roller's speed, unless it is moving extremely fast. Ramps can accelerate a cart beyond this.
Will that not give you the kind of speed you need for shooting magma?
I'm not sure. We could test it. Give it a whirl, see if it works.
Reckon.
And then everybody learns. And then we do a fun little dance. Is where it skips over the rollers entirely. Yeah. Because it's basically flying down the track. All right, let's use this and see if we can get the rollers to work for us. And then I'll just do a nice long roller-filled hallway and connect it to the surface via a windmill. I'm learning. Yeah. C-A-T. Cat. Now I'm just trying to figure out where I'd like to dip the lava in. This could be a nice spot. Dip it in. This is eventually going to be a cart. You can also have rails go over bridges too. I haven't tested it yet, but I have this connected to my outside gathering areas, and then they toss it on a minecart. I haven't set up the minecart though. Also, if you think you have a fort that is perfectly set up, Sal, I'd be willing to check out yours too, in case you're getting frustrated waiting for me to figure this out.
I'm curious to see what comes next. It's I'm getting inspirations and ideas as I'm watching you.
Me too.
Because of course I'm about to start a new fortress. And on the next Kit Fox stream is on Saturday, and I can't remember what the topic is, but it's the last of the subject-based streams. The Saturday after that, I'll be starting the Tiny Tower Fortress for the Kit Fox streams. And so that's going to be a completely new build from scratch. And I'm thinking about how I'm going to incorporate minecarts into it now.
It looks like I don't need to have more than one roller.
Huh?
Because it automatically sets the cart to the speed of the roller.
Because when I was building it with Blind was getting me to build more than one roller to get the minecart to go fast. To go fast enough to power it the rest of the route.
I wish my last save hadn't crashed. There was I was going to test that and see. Does anyone in the chat know for sure if more rollers equals more fast?
Or at least more momentum. So on that circular route that I was running my little model railway around, we were looking at, Blind said make it this long so that there is enough momentum from the rollers to get the cart the whole way around the track. He thought if I did it shorter, it wouldn't make it the full way round. And I'm sure that's how it worked out as well. Because I remember on the first attempt, the cart didn't make it the full way round. And so we had to extend the rollers to get the cart to travel further.
Not more speed, but more damage on a hit.
So it's given it more momentum.
Huh. But not more speed. Interesting. And people in my chat are screaming. Scream for science. Thank you, DDV. Sorry. Okay, I think I'm going to have like an automated cart launching system that I hook up with powered rollers connected to a lever, so it will continuously dip and launch lava. I think that would be very interesting. And then it will hit the wall, drop, if this works. I don't know if this will work. Land down here, and then go back around the loop. Yeah, because otherwise the kobolds are going to have to retrieve it. So if it lands back on a route, it should theoretically be able to hit back to here. And then a dip. Do the dip. If my brain will function here. So that will go up to here. It will come back around here. And oh, jeez. Thinking three-dimensionally can be rather difficult. That'll be the dip zone. And the roller will push it back up. Come around this bend. And because I like nice and straight lines, maybe I'll just do it this way. Oh, dear. Come on. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh, bah humbug. There we go. Yep. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted. Go up, go down. Now it's perfect. It goes up and to the right through here, and then it goes down, hits the roller right there, and then goes up to here, and then gets pushed back to here, hits that, drops, gets carried back, goes up, and then around. There we go. Now you just need to figure out how to get the lava there safely, and also how I'm going to get the rollers to work with this.
Personally, if it was me, I would build the whole thing and get it running correctly dry. And then I'd work out how to get the magma to it.
That's a good idea. Let's do it that way. Slide in the nonstick spray from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. There we go. There we go, DDV. We just have to weaponize that. Oh, I can't wait to test this on goblins. Okay, they've dug that out already. Glorious. Why are you making 3 channels? Because this is where... Oh, they didn't like it because it's hot. This is where I'm going to dip the magma. The cart into magma, so it can fill up with magma, and then we can use it. Well, not a minecart skip. It's going to go in, it's going to fill up, and then it's going to come out. That's the plan anyway, unless I've totally misunderstood how the mechanics of the game work. Oh, I didn't have to do that. I could have just... Okay. Nice. See how it's doing that? Very good. Okay. I think it should be okay to do it that way. This is probably going to hurt people as I'm building it. Boop doop 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 doop. Oh no. Don't smooth that. There we go. Can't make a magma shotgun without breaking a few kobolds. Oh dear. Oh, I just realized I've built this incorrectly. I'm gonna have to move some things. Because the fortification's gotta be here.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Technically, I should theoretically be able to then seal this up if I attach levers to it, and then I never have to send anybody on these tracks because it will be self-contained if I set it up properly. I don't know. Does anyone else have a compulsion that to smooth all the walls when you get the chance? Especially in areas you're never going to see again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I smooth all these in here.
But especially magma and water walls, because
Yep.
once you've filled them, you can't go back in.
Right?
So you only get the one chance to do it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that way then.
In fact, most
all
of
the
my
stones in here,
fortresses, the dining room will be half built and half the dwarfs will be living in a dormitory. But the well will have a beautifully built, beautifully constructed or smoothed walls. And yeah, my corridors will be, this half of the corridor was moved, but that half of the corridor wasn't.
That's
Because we can get to that. We can get to that later. But
that
yeah,
sounds about right.
but the reservoir where I've pumped the magma to, oh yeah, that was completed.
Let's see. Just thinking. How I'm gonna send tunnels down here to power these. Because I think I'll just do windmills on the surface here for now. One windmill should do it, though. And I could probably build it. Now, each gear piece does, of course, as we all know, cost power.
Only a small amount, though.
What was that?
Only a small amount.
Yeah.
I forget whether it was 2 or 5.
Theoretically, could I? No, that wouldn't work, would it? I suppose you could build axles on these, can you? You can. Axles are crossable, right?
I don't know.
I believe they can be built, so I could build the axles along this same tunnel. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to power this down here in the lava. Do you have any ideas on that?
No. I was wondering how you were going to do that.
I suppose I could just use the momentum and hope it gets through. Let's try that first. Rollers. And then rollers going to the left. Oh, what the? Oh dear. No access. Okay, this should be enough to get it to where I need it to be, because they do move quite far. Maybe another one right there. And I'm actually going to test if the minecarts can move across the horizontal axles. Because then I could just link them all up like this. Oh, the diagonal, though.
You'd need a gear assembly there, wouldn't you?
What'd you say?
You'd need a gear assembly to get the axles around the corner.
I think the gear assemblies can be built, maybe. Let's try that.
You could do a gear assembly...
Hope this works.
If you can't follow the track, you could do it on the inside of the track.
Yeah.
We'll see if it works, though.
If it does work, that would greatly be space efficient. Let's see. It'll be a perfect... Yeah, they can walk over it. Oh, that looks kind of cool. It looks like it's all connected. 16 power needed, and if I click on the rollers, it says 16 power, so these are all connected, so I can jump it like that. What are curved rollers? Curlers? I hope nobody's curling their hair in these. And then we could just build a horizontal axle here, couldn't we? Nope. Ah, nuts.
No, you'd need to connect a vertical and a horizontal. You would need a gear assembly to change the orientation.
Right. Then I'll just do it right here. They're not going to be able to dig this very well, but I'll give it a shot. Maybe someone will come up from the top and do it without causing damage to themselves. If I can get them to do it, they'll be trapped in there. They'll probably actually try to climb out, but... Oh, come on, go down there, do it. When someone goes to do that one, I'll designate the rest of it, and then they should dig down, down, down. It's kind of hard to get them to dig a straight down tunnel. Necromancer representative. I sure do get a lot of horrifying creatures in there. There was a flying friendly, like, fiend as well. Like a horror. Very unsettling. All right, come on, dig that for me. Oh, pfft, he climbed out. Darn it. Now I'm going to have to make a maintenance tunnel. It's going to break the perfect symmetry of everything. Oh, right. Auto Butcher is a fantastic tool.
Yeah. Except for those surprise something dead announcements.
Right. They make you think something horrific is happening. All right, any day now, dwarves. Life as a service? Vampires give you eternal life. Capitalism will make you have to subscribe to keep that eternal life. Oh, God. That should be a premise of a movie. Wait, isn't it? It is a premise of a movie. Do you know? Does anyone remember that, Sal? Do you remember that movie? It was like you bought time for your life.
Well, it's vaguely familiar, but I can't remember the plot of my favourite movie. I'm great at immediately forgetting any kind of just random entertainment. I can remember the intricacies of game mechanics. And I remember all kinds of obscure facts and details, but entertainment, read a book, I can pick it up a week later and I can't remember what happens. Watch a movie, I couldn't tell you the plot the day after.
I'm that way with everything else. For some movies, though,
Yeah.
I'm really good at seeing it. Don't understand why.
Pro tip for tunneling straight down, make a 1x1 burrow for the assigned digger and the vertical access and they go down safely. That's a really good tip.
That is a good tip. The multi-level vision there threw me off. Oh, these ugly maintenance tunnels. I wish there was a way you could smooth blocked walls to look like stone again. There's nothing worse than puncturing your perfectly smooth wall and then suddenly, oh no! All right, but I can sort of make it look like it's sealed up again. Oh, whoops. Whatever.
Started constructing everything just because of that.
Yeah, then you don't have to. You have a nice uniform look.
Yeah.
Do. At least the music is relaxing. There we go. And then I'll just build a windmill up here. Eventually, when I come back, I'd probably make this prettier.
Yeah, this is the test run.
I suppose if I want to turn it off, I can link a lever up to this too. Let's do that now while I'm thinking about it. Maybe one of these levers. Trap hole, inside gate, lava in, lava out. The undergate. Someone's tooth. That's a bit strange. Oh, I know why that tooth is there. My kobolds in this fort are so vicious, they will carve enemies into pieces before killing them. And they're so vicious at carving them into pieces that parts of their bodies teleport through walls
Oh,
as they come
yeah.
flying off.
I've noticed that. If I end up with bits of body parts and teeth and bolts and things that teleport through from the surface above.
It's both funny and horrific. All right. Oh, don't use a masterwork. Oh, God. I really, really would love them to change it so you can select the mechanisms that you do for this. It's frustrating. But I can just forbid the mechanisms that I just had made. Ah, whatever. This is just for demonstrations. I don't think I'll save this. Okay. And I'll just assign a stop. Oh, I am going to have to kick it off to start it, aren't I? That's right. Have you not updated Dwarf Hack? I haven't. Yeah, actually, I do need to do that. You're right. Let's have it be accessible through here. It has a building planner now. Oh, I know there is an inbuilt building planner. Do you mean something else? So this will create lava mist. So it's a little bit scary, but this is temporary. I probably will put it somewhere else. Maybe I can set it up over here and have rollers kick it down. I wonder... Total power 40, total power needed. Oh, so these are working now. Right?
Yes, but it says you need more power than you've got. Just stick an extra windmill next to that one.
Any old log will do. I might throw another mechanism there and then link up the top row.
The latest
Like
Dwarf hack has basically the ability to save blueprints and apply them in other forts, games, places.
Basically, save blueprints. Oh, I see. Very nice. So someone can make a design for a lava shotgun, and then you can just import it to make it work. I'm going to test and see if I can maybe channel. I doubt it, but maybe I can channel the power vertically here. If not, I can just do it here. Let's see if it's been coded that way. This is I'm very much... Nope. Okay. Do, 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 do. Careful, careful planning. Yar. Ah. I'm glad they can walk on the mechanisms.
Yeah.
Wow, got a lot of nice ones.
You must have a good mechanic in the fortress there.
Oh yeah, I've several legendary. They keep going to that for their moods. So I have a lot of legendary. Build 2 there just to make sure it can get there. Oh dear. Right.
Is there an option for the default Steam game to export task lists and import to other and new games? I presume you mean the manager's work orders. There isn't, but I think there is in Dwarf, isn't there?
An auto manager? I know there's a couple auto managers.
No, I mean so that you can save your yeah, there's import export in DF Hack, I think. Not in vanilla, but you say this should be coming as an in-game option as soon as all of the Steam hoops have been jumped through.
I'm going to set that with no friction. So, well, actually, if I want it to, darn, that's a flaw in my plan.
Explain.
If I want to turn it off, how do I turn it off? I can just have them come and keep reloading it. And then all I have to do is just have them come kick it. That should be fine. Or I can just stop pumping lava into it. And then once it's empty, I move the cart back. And then I can just have an auto-firing device. Which will be fancy. What are we building? We're building a lava shotgun. And then, whoop. Need enough chains. Okay. I have 10 chains coming through, so that should be done soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll give it a whirl, see if it works. If it can work with these rollers on it, then heck yeah.
Yeah, you can see the rollers rotating. If you zoom in on one of those rollers, you can just about see that the rollers, not the axles, but the rollers themselves, you can just see that they are rotating.
Wander in my chat, thank you for the 100 bits, by the way, said Zesty and Sal duet album when? But we can do like a special stream with that, like a fundraiser stream.
Indeed. I did a duet with Mia where we sung Country Roads, and it went up on YouTube. We got a copyright claim.
Oh my goodness!
I was really proud. It's like, oh my gosh, we were close enough to the original that the algorithm picked it up.
Yeah. At least it was that, yeah. Now this should be ready. Give it a dry run here. I gotta build a fortification here. I usually like to use blocks, but for now I'm just using whatever old material so we can get this going, so we're not taking all the time in the universe. Now, let's give this a test. If this doesn't work, I'll rip out all the gears and have to assign it a different way. But for now, let's try this out. That's the stop. And whenever I tell them to kick, I guess I'll just set that at 25% until it's ready, and then I'll lower it when I want to fire it. Right.
I think it's worth pointing out that when you're setting up your routes, you only need one stop. That was something that flummoxed me for a while, I seem to remember, when I first got started, because I was trying to get a minecart to go in a loop, and I was trying to put a stop on top of another stop so that because I was thinking it should have that a route needs a start and an end, and it wasn't letting me put my end stop on the same point as my start stop. But actually, you only need one stop.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I confused myself at the start of the stream as well when I was thinking about that. So that's a good point. That you only need one to get it to work. Now, I just had them make a steel cart because I thought steel would be funnier. And then I don't need to put anything in there. We're just going to tell them to add a cart to lava shotgun. Just got to wait for them to make that cart so it doesn't melt in the lava. All right, do you have enough power? Yep, we have just enough power. All of it appears to be running. Not too hard to make, honestly. For most of the projects I make that seem to take 1,000 years. Just gotta make a steel minecart. Any day now, boys. Did they already make it? Oh, they did. Good stuff. Right. Toast on the steel minecart. Oh, it's a nice steel minecart, too. And let's tell them to kick it off right away, because I think we're ready. No, not guide east. There we go. I don't know if it's going to make it through here. We'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And then I got to design a lava-proof mechanism and then make it work that way if it doesn't get through. Darn. Okay. It got lost. That's okay. There we go. All right. This shouldn't be too difficult. I actually don't have to do too much. Just got to run it over there. Which I can do by doing this. Do you happen to remember what stones are magma proof?
None of those.
All right, I'll just have them make some iron mechanisms. Iron mechanisms. There we go. 10 of those should do it. And then I'll just create a mechanism here and down to the side. The hot ones. Oh, thank you, Pi. Iron chains, too. Look at stone use. Right, yeah, I just was wondering if it was off the cuff. Do you think it powers it from above? Probably not, right? It needs to be next to it.
Yeah, I don't think it would power it from above.
And then we get our first look, my first ever shotgun, really. I mean, my, functional lava shotgun. I don't think I've ever made one of these before. You can also do this with water, for those of you who are just coming in. There's something quite beautiful about watching this all just spin
Tick
away.
over, yeah. These contraptions of death.
Aha! Some rollers down here to head this way. Yep. Iron mechanism. Iron chain. Beautiful.
It's Savo says, I won't lie, I've been lurking for 30 minutes. I've never played Dwarf Fortress before and I have no idea what's going on, and yet I'm still enjoying it.
Glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for stopping by. It's an absolute
Indeed.
pleasure. I'm going to see just if this works. Probably won't.
Sure.
I'm just going to give it a quick test. And if it doesn't work, I'll carve it out and then do to the side.
I think if you put another gear assembly on top of that gear assembly.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right. Genius. Ah, no, I have to do it. I'd have to do it here.
Would you? Oh,
Yeah,
because you can't put it
build it on the
straight
rollers,
on top of the roller. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's a better idea because then I can just put them here. And then I don't have to make any extra things. If this works, but this will be a good test to see where'd the cart go? Oh, there's a mechanism on it hiding.
Yeah.
It's a very big mechanism. All right. Did that work? Oh, it did not. No, that's strange. I guess these don't connect to these, but these axles connect to those. Okay. No problem. I think I'm gonna have to do it the other way then.
Because you can't bring an axle down to the magma. The gear assemblies will connect from the side.
I don't think I need this roller since it's already going to be coming up, so I could probably just delete these and then do a one there. And then that'll be a little bit easier maybe. Oh dear, the whole thing went up. All right, that's fine. Come on now. Okay, and then we got to get that mechanism in there. Roller. 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 Doesn't need to be iron, but let's do iron just in case. And then this thing should work. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's give it a shot. Done and done. Yep, that's spinning down there now. Good.
Okay, well, we've got it through where the magma's going. Just looks like you might need another roller there.
I think the axles are slowing it down.
Oh, maybe.
Because it usually goes farther than that, doesn't it? But that's doable because this is the part where it matters. And I can just build a roller every once in a while and it should be just fine. Oh dear, that's going to want to delete the entire thingy. Magma will slow the cart down a lot. Oh, why don't we make rollers the whole way? Oh no, these are constructions. Oh dear. That's okay, we'll remove the whole thing. There we go. We'll just do rollers, and I'll set them to a little bit slower so we don't have to worry about it spilling. Oh, dear. Okay. I hope that was okay. Or all of them? Yeah, all of them should work. Oh, don't do that anymore. You're going to kill somebody. All right. There we go. It's a steel cart, so it's a little lighter. A little bit heavy. It is heavy, though.
It's
Not
still
like
a little
cart.
dangerous, yeah.
I love watching them zip in on fast. Zip. It's nice that they can do them all at once, though. It looks like I need another windmill. How many more? Just one.
Hmm.
It's interesting to know that these can go over the axles. I wonder if... cookie, thank you. I wonder if it's, like, not even connected when it goes over the axle. Maybe it's, like, floating? I'm not really sure.
Hmm.
Oh, one of my people is having a bad day. Aha, there it goes. All right. Test number 2. Let's see if this works. Oh, I'm going to have to fix it down here, too. Well, that works. And then, whoop! Oh, my God. Okay. Looks like it's going a little too fast. Because it just flew through the fortification.
Yeah.
Now, how am I going to fix that? Do we maybe add another layer of fortifications?
Maybe, or maybe if you took off some of the rollers as it approaches, like shorten the rollers that approach the fortifications, maybe? Well, let's see what happens now. Nope, it's gone straight through. I didn't even know minecarts could do that.
All right, it's gonna make me delete it. Oh dear. Yeah, there we go. Don't want to have that happen to a kobold. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, so many good experiments. And then, what do you think? Maybe about this many?
Where's your whole power coming down? Is it next to the
Oh, right.
fortifications?
I think it's coming down to the bottom.
Okay.
So it's going past it, so that
Yeah.
should be okay. Dadgummit, just, there we go. All right, while we're doing this, I think I better clear these out. This is going to need more rollers. Well, I'll see.
We went for a lava shotgun and got a mine cannon.
Pretty much. I mean, that's cool, though. Actually, don't remove that. It's going to require a lot of power if I turn those all into rollers. All right, let's try this now. Two. Okay. Nope, still flying right
Still
through. I
flying
wonder if it's the gap that's doing it.
Maybe. What happens if you put a floor over there?
Turn off the cannon quick. Are you able to explain all the goal and mechanics behind what you're doing? Yep, we're using rollers to increase the velocity of the minecart until it hits this fortification. And eventually it's going to be full of magma, so the magma is going to shoot through the gaps in this fortification and fly through this hallway here. And invaders will be coming through it, and they're going to get a face full of magma, which is going to set them on fire. Which is probably the craziest way to kill a siege. We're going to put a gap store in my dungeon. Yeah, that will scare them.
But what should happen is at the fortifications, the minecart should... Oh, there you go. The minecart should stop like that.
I think the issue is that it's flying through the air, and I guess that causes it to fly through it. And the bad thing is that it's going to be a butt to reset.
Means it's got to be, reloaded.
Ooh, I have an idea. I have an interesting idea. Let's try this. This is a little finagly, but I'm going to try removing that. And first, we're going to make them not launch the gun. And then we're going to build a ramp here. Yeah. We're going to build a ramp here.
So what's your theory?
My idea is that it will fly here, hit the wall, launch everything, and then roll down the ramp and fall down this hole.
Ah, okay.
So maybe it's the issue is that it's flying through the air when it
At the
hits it.
point,
Maybe it
yeah,
will.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
I have a cunning plan. Yes, Ledge Kindred.
And so if you can get it to fall through the hole, just in case chat are not following this.
Yeah.
So once it hits the fortification and stops, then all of the magma will be thrown forth onto the enemies. And then if it will roll back down and fall through a hole, then the tracks below, it'll fall onto the tracks below, and then the tracks below will send it back through a circle to do the same thing all over again.
Okay. Yeah, an auto-loading lava shotgun. Because the main concern is that you can only really shoot it once, because when they see enemies, they run, and they can see through fortifications. And that's my concern. I theoretically could reverse the direction of this and maybe run it up to a ramp, and then like have it shoot up, but I'm not sure. Make the tracks a layer down. If there's an open space there, it counts as it's flying, and then it flies through the wall, we noticed. Can they not reach that? No, they can reach that. Why aren't they doing that? Do. Set it to high priority. They should be able to reach that. I'm not sure how this is going to work because it says it's an upward track, but it has nowhere to... The ramp has nowhere to go. Oh, I don't even think they made the ramp. No, they did. Well, if anything, we can make it a single use.
Yeah. Single use looks like it definitely work. But how come they're not coming to do that?
Yeah. I don't know if it's not accessible, but it is. Well, hack. All right, fine. We'll just start working on the other part of this. Maybe they'll get to that when they feel like it. Until then, how do I want to flood this? I want it to fill up constantly. I could dig a little channel here and then very carefully tiptoe the lava down through here. Lava doesn't have pressure, so I don't have to worry about it overfilling. Tricky thing is just going to be to get it into there without burning our tootsies. I think I can probably pierce it through here. Temporarily break a lever and then let it slide to the left.
Just take care of which lever you're breaking there, because aren't some of them linked to mechanisms within the magma?
Luckily, I don't think I even have to, now that I think about it.
What happens to the lava once it's shotgunned? Wouldn't it need somewhere to drain?
I believe it doesn't show up as a... I think it just evaporates, doesn't it? I've never used it. Or does it pool?
As long as it's low enough depth, it will evaporate. But I think it needs to be a depth of 1 to evaporate.
Did you make it down? You did! Oh, wonderful. Oh my god. Are you okay? He dodged it. Oh, good work. Here it comes. Ah! Darn.
Through the
Yeah,
fortification again.
we're just gonna have to do it we're just gonna have to do it where it doesn't leave the ground. So there's no way to make it so it resets, unfortunately, unless there's someone else has a clever idea.
There was a suggestion in chat before. I usually had the fortification one level up and had the cart hit a wall under the fortification. It then dropped down a hole onto the ramp, says Oaktree.
I remember seeing someone demonstrating that. That's a good idea. So I put it up to here. So I'd build like a ramp at the last tile. It would go up the ramp and then fall and hit here and then blast out. But how would I get it to roll back? That's my concern. I guess I could leave that and see if it does roll. If only you could have it curve against this fortification, but you can't. Ramp under it. But then how would it hit the floor and fly out? Oh, rollers. That's a good idea. Yeah. So run a ramp here, run it up to here.
Yeah.
Now I see what you're saying. Now I am picking up what thou art
Yeah.
putting down.
It just clicked with me as well.
And then have north-facing rollers, so it should hit. And I don't know how that's going to work on the friction. I hope it works. No access. All right, we'll do this for now. Scream. And then I'll have to remove this vertical axle and replace it with a gear. But I inadvertently made this design more functional, so that's good. Get rid of that. Constructions. I notice we're running out of time.
Are we? We've still got an hour to go, haven't we?
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I'm going to set it to the lowest speed. Okay, did they get this done? Looks like they got a little stuck. No, they did it. Good.
Yeah, we've only been going for 3 hours. We got 4.
And I'm going to do it this way. This is going to be a little spicy, but it's going to work. Yep, okay, that's safe. And then I'm just going to channel. I'm going to dig this tile out, and it's going to try to flow into this hole, because liquids will flow towards the lowest point faster than the side. Yeah, that should be safe. Either that or we're about to have a big magma spill. Whew! Guess my theory was wrong. Luckily, they got out of there in time. I probably shouldn't have flooded this until we had tested it. As you can see, magma doesn't have pressure, so it's not overfilling.
Mm-hmm.
Cover that up really quick. Okay. What? Is that a graphical bug? Does that look weird?
Yes. They're also not powered.
Maybe that's just why. We got iron so we don't have any spills.
Oh, you know what it
Okay.
might be? Because you've got one roller on one Z level and another roller on another Z level. It
Oh,
might be that
the
they're.
graphics are...
Yeah. You've got the invisible floor going on, maybe? And it's seeing one through another?
Oh, yeah, that should do it.
Maybe?
That's probably what it is. Or wait, they're both facing the same way, though.
Yeah.
That's just weird. All right. Huh. All right. And then I've got to make a ramp, and then honestly, it would be better just to reverse this whole design and have it ride up the ramp and then hit it instead of all these shenanigans, but that's okay.
Ledge Kindred likes my Z levels.
Yeah. It's neat. All the different ways people pronounce different words.
Indeed.
Linguistics. While we're doing this, I'm just going to remove this since now we're dealing with lava. And start getting just rollers in here. Nice and slow.
Anyway,
Do that one
Barrack
out of iron.
says, don't suppose anyone knows how to use DF hack to delete Forgotten Beast extract off the map. It's making your stock screen take forever to load. Note, clean all and lava and water. Don't remove it. Oh,
Really?
There was... What was the contaminant one?
I was going to suggest,
Clean all.
yeah. Okay. And then, nice, we got that there. Good, good. Except I've incorrectly made this. That's okay, though. And then we'll put a wall here. And then I got to deconstruct this because I'm a dork. Heck yeah, Zethrossi. Yeah, the VOD will be up. I believe this is also going up on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, this shall be on the Kitfox Games YouTube channel. Within, let me see, in about a week and a half.
Glorious.
Oh, rabbit. You
Right.
don't want to be down this tunnel.
There's a plump helmet man getting eaten. In case anyone was interested in that. Okay, so then it's going to fall into here. Oh, no, wrong way. Wrong way. It's going to fall into... It's going to fall into that. It's going to fall into here. Yes. And then that's going to go right there. Honestly, should have just reversed this whole design. I think I'm just making it harder on myself. But thankfully, I can build rollers all the way up to here now.
Mm-hmm.
He's access to... Oh, dear. I still don't know what's going on with this roller. It's kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, it's a bit... That square pattern that it's making is... I mean...
It could be because it's a ramp that's not facing anywhere.
Maybe? The fact that it's got that square pattern on it, though, just because we're going to be testing it live with lava...
Oh, that's right. This doesn't work that way. There we go. Heck.
We're going to be testing it live with lava. Sounds like proper fun.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Loberin says, hey, Kitfox Games, I finally played Moon Hunters. It's a very calm and relaxing time. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Wonderful.
Moon Hunters is another one of the Kitfox games.
Cool.
I recently discovered that one of the games that I was just obsessively playing a couple of years back. Mia pointed out is that the dev of the game is Tanya from the CEO of Kitfox.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, I like that game.
That's cool.
I'm trying to remember what it's called now. It's like a cult simulator type card game where you've got to make the choices.
Oh, I think
It's got this sort of
At least I know
black and
of-
yellow aesthetic to it.
It's not just Cultist Simulator, is it?
No, it's not. It was out before then.
Oh, I see.
I'll get the name.
Okay.
The Shrouded Isle.
Ah, Loboran, thank you. If anyone not knowing somehow, there's a huge sale going on for Kitfox stuff on Steam. Yeah, probably for the spring sale.
Mm-hmm.
We've almost got this. Let's hope this works. If it doesn't, heck. I probably should have designed this in a way that I could empty it for maintenance, but I didn't think about that. Okay, now we're talking. Now we are talking.
Well,
we are
this
ticking
isn't-
and we are talking.
This is not
What was
your real fortress, is it? This is your Kitfox demonstration save.
This is my real fort, yeah. I'm not saving those, so it's okay. I have a backup save.
Yeah, so, we can think of this as like a learning experience.
Yeah.
So when you go to, do it properly.
I can also use Dwarf Hack to just erase the lava.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I also have a design where I can empty this with these, and I can empty all
right.
these lava out and then refill it. It would take a little while, but that's fine.
Yeah.
The lava, the volcano is infinite. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Hopefully no one goes in there.
Maz has just come up with the solution to the Forgotten Beast extract. Clean map does tiles. Clean all does items and creatures.
Where'd my cart go? Ah, darn it.
Oh, it's stuck in. Didn't make it through the magma.
Yeah, the magma's too slow.
Ah.
No, it's just in there. That's okay. Ah, butts. Well, that's the basic idea.
Well, now we know.
What?
So now we know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, hold on. Liquids. There's liquids. I can just do it this way. Oh, no. Liquids aren't in the game yet, are they? Oh, no, they're there. Okay. Okay, let's just change the brush to nothing. Magma. Let's see. I can erase it. Paint mode. Nope. Okay. Add, remove. There we go. Oh, what the? Ah, I know what I'm going to do. So we're going to paint a tile of water right here. And that should turn into obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
Kaboom. All was not lost. And then I just got to erase the lava. I was hoping to do it legitimate. Oh, dear. I was hoping to do it legitimately, but I could have just done this to begin with, I suppose. Oh, dear. Why are you reducing it that way, you weird game? Oh, it's reducing it by 3s. Got it. Okay. And perfect. All right. Problem repaired. Excellent. That was almost a very sad moment. Thank you, Dwarf Hack devs. You guys are the best.
So that little loop that you've got there with your stop on it, and then it dips down into the magma. What if you made that loop larger so that you could get more rollers between the stop and the magma? Would that work?
That could work. I'm going to try it with just 2, and then we'll see if I need to add more. That's a good idea, though. I might need more than this. My miners must be doing something weird. Okay. Hopefully this gear doesn't burn. Auto dump destroy, and it just straight up deletes everything. That's true. I think I accidentally deleted my minecart with that because I don't see my minecart anymore. It looks like the remove liquids thing deleted my minecart. Well, it's 100% full wherever it is. Just nothing. Okay. Where did it go?
Can you find it in stocks?
Oh, wait. I bet I know where it is. There it is.
There it
It's
is,
under that
yeah.
rock. And it's also still full of magma. Miners, come on. Come on, miners, do your job. Nethercap woods? That's you can also use nethercap, yeah, because that's magma safe. Any day now. Oh, I know why they're mad. Lava was down there, and since I have, for FPS purposes, I
Ah.
have lava turned off, and they won't walk on tile that is hot.
Mm.
There it is. So I have to turn on temperature for a second. There, now they'll get it. They should. Come on. Magma safe boat for the kobolds. I guess if you skip, because you can, like I said earlier, skip the minecarts across lava. You could put a kobold in it and just have him go on a little ride. Or a dwarf. Maybe I need to. Maybe you need to turn it off and turn it on again sometimes. There we go. Hello, Damon Works. No, we're still fiddling with this. It's a little bit fiddly. I'm hoping this will work, though. Come on, what is this? Are they loafing around now? Is it just like the other fort? Is the mining broken? I have a bunch of miners. Ah, what are you doing? Prop master. They're reading books and gathering plants! You're a master herbalist? Now you ain't doing nothing. How dare, indeed, Darkfang. How dare you? Now what are you doing? Is it broke again? Store item in stockpile. Read strange soldier.
Is there something stopping them from pathing to it?
I don't think anything has changed. All I've done is remove this mechanism and add a wood thing. They did that, and they can get to this. Let's try this way. Nope. Maybe if I turn up the priority. Do it now. Ah, there it goes.
Okay.
They just were too busy doing other garbage. Like reading. Nerds. Hey. There we go. Iron mechanism. What do you mean no access? Do not speaketh to me of lies. No access. I wonder if they're still super mad about there being lava there at one point in time. So now they think there's lava still there. All right, well, let's try spawning a little water in there. Maybe that will change their minds. Look, it's water.
Just
Water
put
is our friend.
A 1x1 level?
Yeah. Now you're thinking with portals. There. See? Ah, there we go. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So excited. Dipped his toes in it. Beautiful. No need to scream, Seamus. All right, I'm going to remove that entirely because I think you're right about having to do a lead up. We're going to hopefully see that they can maybe go up the ramps. If they can't, I'm going to have to make it wider like you suggested. Hope I don't have to. So they can get more speed. Ow. Let's see. Road rollers. Blocked at this location. Blocked at this location. Why?
Can you put rollers on corners?
I'm not sure. I guess we'll see how that wants to do it.
Think you could.
Gandalf's asked making water appear. Yeah. I'm a wizard. I do wizard things. Hey, look, it does. Look at that. Oh, that's
okay.
cool. Beautiful. That looks really nice. I like how they animated that. That makes me feel happy.
Indeed. And that's
Okay,
not
now.
just on a corner. That is a corner going up a ramp.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay, well, now let's see if this does the do. And then we'll try it with lava filled. Lava shotgun. Kick off now. Yes. No, just immediately. Right now. Do it. Just always. There. Good. I hope this doesn't cause a lot of steam. It probably will. It's probably fine. It's all going to be fine. Let's follow the cart. Here we go. Okay. Oh, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? Get out of here. What are you doing? Why did it stop?
I don't know, because it seemed to be running after the minecart to go and get it again.
Oh, it's full of obsidian. And it also weighs 16,000 pounds now. I don't even know what to do with this.
Can you dump the obsidian?
I maybe just put a new minecart there. Obsidian shotgun. It was too heavy. Didn't even launch. Hi, kitty. I'm just going to put a new minecart on that. This is just Oh, no, don't delete it. New minecart. There we go. Oh, I only have one minecart. Good gracious.
You can apparently dump the obsidian separate to dump in the minecart.
Oh, yeah, there we go. And then, just do it this way. I don't know. Okay, get that obsidian out of there, lads. Don't walk up there. I think he was trying to walk through here.
Ah. They see it as their latest shortcut.
I'm really surprised he didn't get hit by it. Okay, did we clean that out?
Yeah.
We did. Good. All right, kick east. Now. All right, we'll just test it dry. And then we'll put a little lava on there. And what is it? Well, now I'm just confused. I didn't make these rollers wrong, did I?
Check the weird rollers on the ramp. The ones that look weird. I'd maybe
Yeah.
remove those and.
Yeah, that might be doing something weird to it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're weird. It shouldn't be weird. Yeah, this may be a single fire thingy. Okay, and maybe it's because there's no track there. That is definitely what was happening. And then the reason why these rollers aren't working is because there's no track here. Or, or not. Okay, so that's good there. Okay, and then we'll just build some rollers. It won't let you build them on constructed track, I'm noticing. Or will it? Maybe it will. Okay, it will. Good. I think I just have to build them first. That means I got to fix this quick, so let's remove the fortification. Hello, Ray. How is the science today? Is anyone playing Dwarf Fortress right now and experimenting with your own minecart shotgun? Or other more sinister Dwarf Fortress related science? Like launching entertainer petitioners into the moon? I gotta deconstruct this first. Tiny Brain doesn't have brain cells to do this kind of stuff. I just stick with the classic lava pit. I mean, nothing wrong with the classics. If you ever want to try a simple minecart system, it's quite fun. And then once you get comfortable with building a couple simple tracks, it becomes much more pleasant.
It's additive, isn't it? The basics are not terribly complex. And if you try putting together a basic system, then you just add more to it.
Learning about sleep and pain today. Ooh. Deep thoughts. Man, this is taking quite a while. Apologize for that.
No, I'm learning. It's all good.
Okay, once I built that track, and then I'll build rollers on top of it that point north, and then it should hit, it should launch. And then we're gonna party. Build it of iron so it doesn't melt. In the event of catastrophic lava failure. Trap components work well. Trap components? I've never tried those.
Oh, trap components are things like serrated discs.
Oh, that's what you mean. The yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to shoot that at an army. Okay, beautiful. Last touch, and I don't foresee any more issues, I've said for the 15th time. Nice. Mechanism of the track. That's okay. All right. Test number 3,674,000. Hey!
Hey!
Beautiful. Now it should have stopped there. It must be flying over the track. Well, let's test this with lava.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just spawn in a little lava. And then I think I can just leave this running forever and turn off the rollers. And eventually it should stop on a roller track. And then when it starts, it just goes. Let's maximize the lava. And then we'll fill that up. Oh, dear. Okay, I don't know how that stuff in the wall is going to work. Let's remove it so it doesn't crash, just in case. Okay. Why did you go... Why did it go right? I think it didn't get enough speed. Now I don't know how to get lava on these damn carts. I guess you have to build a system that drains after it fills it. All right, well, that's fine. I'll just erase the lava. I'm gonna have to look up online and see some techniques, I think, on how people make lava. If you ever remember too, let me know.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I know mine. There was the bends were not so. That loop was not so tight. Because I'm remembering bits and pieces. Because like I say, it was a while ago.
So you're right about maybe giving it more speed and velocity through a longer tunnel.
Yeah,
sure.
but also it came out of the magma going straight. It didn't try and come up out of the magma and turn a corner at the same time.
Right. Well, I could easily remedy that, I think. Well, we'll just test and see if this works. Because if it does a revolution, then that part is a pretty simple thing to figure out. But if the shotgun works, then that's pretty good. Oh, right.
Are we attempting to put some magma in the minecart and ship it elsewhere? We are attempting to put magma in a minecart and ship it to some goblins.
Yeah. Good way to put it. I have to put a little bit of water here. Otherwise, they don't want to do it. Just got to make sure not to touch the minecart. Otherwise, it gets filled with obsidian. All right, hopefully they want to come grab this. Do you want to come grab that? Ah! I may have to flood the tile and turn it into obsidian. Well, I mean, that works, though. If it shoots projectiles, then we know it works. And then it would just be a matter of getting it to do the run-up properly. But then this would be a self-reloading gun that would just continuously fire until you pull a lever telling it not to. Set it and forget it, because otherwise you can only launch it once because you can't retrieve it. Are you full of obsidian now? No, still full of magma. Good. Thank you for the raid, Carletto. Could you with Salford Sal?
Could you remove the water now before the minecart gets
good
sent
idea
back down there?
That is a very good idea.
Does this game have a timing system?
A timing system? How do you mean?
Yeah. I think the answer is maybe, depending on quite what you mean by timing system.
Where's the cart? Oh, it's somewhere here.
Oh, it's magma. It's invisible. Magma minecarts are invisible.
Good thing I paused it. Where are you? You can still see it on the thing, can't you? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Okay.
Follow it maybe?
Yeah. Let's move this out of the way. All right. It's coming up the ramp. I'm hitting the space bar. It hit. Did anything come out? It looks like it doesn't work for launching. Ah, too bad.
So there isn't automation like with, say, oxygen not included, where you've got all kinds of sensors and switches and things. This is it, but you can do pretty much everything the same way, but it's a bit more Heath Robinson. You use things like distance of minecart tracks and the time that it can travel, that a minecart can travel per tick.
I'm going to have to remove the rollers. And then it should still work. But in order to reset... Yeah, it's not going to want to... Unless... Unless we make it so it hits a curve really hard, because the lava will still come out if it hits a curve really hard. Let's turn off this so it doesn't kill anybody. Invisible murder cart. All you can see is it like flicker a little bit.
There's a missing sprite for minecarts containing... Actually, I'm not sure if it's all liquids or just magma. I don't know.
Oh dear. Don't push it. There we go. Okay, good. It's not moving, is it? Okay, good. Okay, so try number 2. I'm going to try just turning it really hard. Because if it turns really hard, it still potentially could work.
Yeah, use the derail and launch all of its contents.
Because I think this roller is just resetting the speed. It's not hitting the wall and then the roller. It's hitting the track, losing all of its speed, and then just going back.
Will the sprites be added in future patches? I'm pretty sure they will. Yeah, there is an update coming soon. TM.
Exciting.
Indeed. And that's got lots of sprites in it. All the baby sprites.
All right. Now, if ramps didn't work the other way, maybe this time. If I go down. Oh, wait. I just have to do this. There we go. Perfection, perfection. Glorious. Cobaltite. And then you won't let me curve it because those rollers are there. Right. Okay, but I can just remove these really quick. Otherwise it's gonna hit that wall and stop there, and it's gonna be a
Mez asks, so there's not some obscure Dwarf Fortress lore reason for invisible minecarts? Because I would believe it if there was.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, indeed.
Because of the many sins created by minecart science, Armak himself stepped down from the blood-clouded heavens, and doth did decree that minecarts shall not be visible by dwarves, for they contain knowledge most dire.
The classic view shouldn't, like the ASCII view, shouldn't have that issue. That's true.
That's true. We could switch to that if we need to.
Armok approves of magma in motion.
Track north-southwest. I don't want that. You bloody thing. Smooth. Bah. Ah, there it goes. Okay. It just needed to think about it. Okay. All right. Almost done. And then we can turn on the Road Rover rollers. Do that right now because it's already stopped. They pulled that fast. Oh. Okay, and then oh. Right. I got to remake this. Almost done. Nearly there. Looks good, though. And then we're going to really ramp up the speed. So I'm going to do it here, too, just as... Was that on maximum speed? I'm nervous.
I didn't notice.
Oh, it was. Okay, good. I was worried for nothing. There's so many things I'm focusing on and thinking about, I'm starting to get sloppy. Okay, all connected. I'm just going to build this last little bit so we can get the most maximum. Awesome. All right, now, test number 6,973. Let's try ASCII too, so we can see it. Whew. Well, I mean, so we can imagine we can see it. Okay, there it goes. Oh dear. I don't know if this is better. My eyes. Okay. Ah, darn, it didn't derail it.
How did he make it round that corner?
I have no idea. And we can't make it fly because it will fly through the fortification. I wonder if putting a diagonal wall putting a wall here, so I'm gonna have to fix this a little bit again. Blech. So much science, so little time, but everything is just fine. Because I've put a wall here and put a ramp here and a rail, maybe it will hit and then roll down.
Maybe.
Just a wild guess. That means I have to remove some things. And wait for my miners to stop fiddling around with whatever they're doing. Hi, fiddle-dee-dee. What are the miners doing? It's quite a bloody mystery. We'll just have to wait and see. I had the military meet in the entrance hall where it blew fire everywhere. They killed it, but one of my military caught fire. They're fighting the monster. Monster? Oh, got a fey
hill
mood.
titan with fire show up in his fortress.
A hill titan showed up?
I've had a web-spitting titan made out of water.
A were lizard?
Oh, you seem to have a were lizard in your fortress. That might have been what was distracting your miners.
Someone shot at it a bunch of times. Didn't even do any damage.
Merchants. I guess that's who's been doing the shooting. Because it was a human crossbowman.
I guess so. Jeez. It didn't even kill anything. It must have changed back and left. My kobolds didn't even notice it. Any day. Any day now. Okay. All right. Do that then.
Oh, we've got a raid from Tekard.
Hello.
Hello, Tekard.
A very technical greetings. Oh dear. You want things. That's okay, I'm not saving. He probably wants me to slaughter something, but Otter Butcher should take care of that. Should, hopefully. I don't know, I hope so. Let me see.
Tekard is demanding a tribute of bolts.
Oh my.
Whichever kind dwarfs will actually equip.
Does, would, cylindrical torpedoes of, semi-molten rock count? There they go. Machines and fluid. That's how we do it. Machines and fluid. Open space. How much time do I got? Oh, heck, 10 minutes to figure this out. Oh, boy. The pressure's on now.
Oak Tree says, since lava is involved, this qualifies as proper science.
Excellent. Okay, now we're going to do a wall here. Let's see if this works. And do a ramp. These are working good. The minecart is not moving, I hope. Scary. That would have been a bad day. Okay, perfect.
Tech had just had the thought they might be prioritising more effective bolts and be trying to equip inaccessible ones over the bone bolts you made. You hate retrospect. You sure it's not the bug where... I mean, I know Techard's pretty hot on military matters. But, yeah, the bug where if you change an archer's uniform after creating the squad, then they don't equip their bolts.
All right. Here we go.
There we go.
It's got the magma in it. Going around. Speed. And it just stopped. Maybe it's not getting enough speed from the rollers. Could that be the case? Because it derailed, but it's not getting enough speed from the rollers. Maybe you have to use a ramp. But it doesn't look like you can make an auto resetting one of these traps. It looks like you're going to have your dwarves reset it every time. So that, I guess, answers that riddle. Unless someone online has designed something that works a little better. I suppose if you did a really sharp turn, but then it would derail, and there's no way to reset it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna ponder this and see if I can. It's yeah, I'm sure there must be a design.
If we if you guys, if you guys, did you want to finish what you were saying?
No, I was just mulling ideas. Yeah.
Oh, if you guys can think of anything, those of you who are watching this either on YouTube or on Twitch, if you guys build something that works and you want to share it, feel free to @ me in the KitFox Discord. I'm in there. Post an example. They have a channel for pictures of your fort. Feel free to post in there and then @ me. I'd be happy to see it. I don't know if Sal wants to see it either.
Oh, yeah.
If you want folks to let you know.
I shall have a look there. For YouTube, the link to the Discord will be in the description.
Perfect. Yep. Just look down below. And then just let me know. Give me a tag, and I'd love to see your design and what you've gotten to work out, because I love seeing other people's designs getting inspired. I really also love automation like this because otherwise your magma traps are one use, because if there's a big army coming in, you can only shoot it once, because if there's enemies in here, your units won't be able to grab the cart. They'll run away.
Yeah.
Unless you then dropped the floor out and sealed it in, and then you have to reset the whole trap, and that could work. A little more work, though.
Yeah. Well, we've learnt a lot about how the minecart mechanics work, which demonstrated an awful lot. Even if we didn't get the final shotgun working there, all of the intricacies, I think we got. And we learnt some stuff about the fact that you can put the axles and gears straight over the top of the tracks, which I didn't know.
Also, we did see that one shotgun with the coins at the start of the stream.
Yeah.
So we did get to witness it work, and those look still really effective. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Hope to see you all guys all again in a future episode.
Indeed.
Or something else, since Sal is planning to do something else, I believe.
Indeed.
Is what you mentioned earlier.
Yep. We've got one more episode of the. So we've got one more stream, Saturday stream. I can't remember the topic offhand. But yes, we'll be back on Saturday with 2 guests. Usually I've got this to hand, but I've completely forgotten. Let me just have a look and I'll tell you.
Yeah, and I've been Bluezesttv. I hope to see you around again, either here or over on my channel. Yes. And this was also Sal. Salford Sal.
Yeah, we've got Napsa and Riddlicious on Saturday, and that will be the last of the. We're going to be talking all about visitors on Saturday. Visitors to your fortress, housing them, the problems they can cause, the benefits of having visitors to your fortress. Yeah, we shall. So there's lots of interesting things that may come of that, and but that will be the last of these topic-based streams. Then the following Saturday, we shall be restarting my tiny tower fortress. It'll be a brand new fortress build. And I'm going to be on a deadline because during the Kit Fox 10th anniversary celebrations, which is in May, there's all kinds of Kit Fox events, one of which is to get Toady to come and have a look at the fortress that we're building. So yes, we shall have Tarn on stream, and we'll have him, I shall be giving him a copy of the save file of the fortress that we'll build between now and then, which should be fun. Right, anyway, we shall go find somebody to raid.
Glorious.